Hello everyone. Welcome back to MindPop English. I am Jennifer, your host for today. If you are new here, I'd like to let you know that we upload new English learning videos every day to help you improve your fluency step by step.
Hey everyone, we're so excited
Don't forget
to
to
have you here with
subscribe
us
to the
today.
channel
If
to
you're someone
receive
who struggles with
amazing
thinking in
upcoming
English,
lessons.
then this episode
Today,
is just
I
for
want you
you.
to relax.
That's right.
Take a
Have you
deep
ever
breath
found yourself
and prepare your
translating
mind
every
for
word in
something
your head before
powerful.
speaking?
Many learners
It
feel
slows
that
you down,
English is a
right?
mountain of thousands
Exactly.
of words,
Many
and the
English
only way to
learners
climb
face
that
this problem.
mountain
They
is
think
by
in their native
memorizing
language
long
first,
lists
then try to
or
translate
checking a
into English,
dictionary
and by
every
the time
single
they're ready
time.
to speak,
But
the
I am
moment
here
has
to tell you a
passed.
But don't
secret.
worry.
You don't need to
In today's
depend on a
episode,
dictionary
we're
all
going
the
to show you
time.
how to
You can
train your
understand
brain to
almost
think
any
directly
English
in
word
English,
by using the
just like a
context,
native
by
speaker.
paying
And
attention
trust
to the
me,
story
once you
around
start
the
thinking in
word,
English,
and by
everything
trusting your
becomes
brain.
easier.
In this
Speaking,
lesson,
listening,
we will
even
train a
writing.
new
So,
skill
if
together,
you've ever
the
wondered
ability
how
to
to
guess
stop
the meaning of
translating
new
and start
words
thinking in
without
English
translating
naturally,
them.
stay with
This is
us
the same
because
skill that
we've got
native
some
speakers
powerful
use every
techniques to
day.
share.
And if you
Let's dive
practice
in.
it regularly,
Julia.
you will
Let's
discover
start
that
with the big
learning
question.
English becomes
Why
easier,
is thinking in English
faster,
so important
and much
for
more
learners?
fun.
Great
Why you should
question,
not
Jason.
depend only
The
on a
truth is,
dictionary.
if you always
Imagine
think in
you
your
are
native
reading a
language
short
first and
English
then
story,
translate,
and
you'll
suddenly
never
you
be
see a
able to
word
speak
you don't
fluently.
know.
Exactly.
What do you usually
It
do?
creates a
Most
delay,
learners
right?
stop, open
Your
their
brain
phone,
is working
type the
twice as
word
hard.
into a dictionary
First,
app,
it forms
and
a
check the
sentence in your native
translation.
language.
At first,
Then it
this
tries to
feels
find the right
helpful,
English
but a few
words.
minutes
And
later,
sometimes
you
the
realize
translation
you
doesn't
forgot
even
the
make
word
sense.
again.
Oh,
Why?
absolutely.
Because your
Like if
brain
someone
did not
translates
connect
"I
the
am
word
cold"
with the
word for word from
situation.
another
It
language,
only
they
connected the
might
word
say,
with your
"I
native
have
language.
cold," which
That kind of
sounds
learning is
unnatural in
weak,
English.
and it disappears
Right.
quickly.
And that's why thinking in
Instead,
English
the best
helps
way to
so
remember
much.
words
It
is
trains
to
your brain
connect
to
them with
form
images,
sentences the way native
feelings,
speakers
and
do,
actions
without getting
inside
stuck
a
on
story.
translation.
This is
And
how
let's talk
children
about
learn their first
confidence.
language.
When you
They
start
don't
thinking
use
in English,
dictionaries.
you feel
They
more
listen.
confident
They
because
watch.
words come to
They
you
guess.
faster.
And slowly
Yes.
the meaning
No more
becomes
pausing
clear.
for long
You can do the
seconds to
same thing
translate
in
in your
English.
head.
First
You'll
practice
respond
example.
naturally and
Let's
smoothly.
practice right
Another
now.
big
Imagine
reason?
this
It
sentence.
improves
She
your
opened the
listening
window to let
skills.
in some fresh
If you think in
breeze.
English,
Maybe the
your
word
brain
breeze is new
processes
for
English
you. Don't
conversations
panic.
faster,
Look at the other
so you
words.
understand people
Window.
better.
Fresh,
That's so
open.
true. And
We
not
open a
just in
window to let air
conversations.
come inside.
Even when you're watching
So,
movies or
what could
listening to
breeze
music,
mean?
you start
Yes, it
recognizing
probably
words
means a gentle
instantly
wind,
instead of
a soft
translating
air
everything.
moving into the
And
room.
Julia,
You see,
let's not
you
forget
just
that thinking in
understood the
English
meaning
also
without a
helps with
dictionary. And
pronunciation.
because you
Good
imagine the
point.
scene,
Because when
it
you
will
think
stay
in
longer
English,
in your
you start
memory.
hearing the
Second
sounds
practice
in your head the way
example.
native speakers say
Now,
them,
let's
which helps
try
with
another
speaking
one.
clearly.
The children were
So,
giggling in the
just to
garden
summarize,
as they played with the
thinking in English
puppy.
helps you
What about
speak
the word
faster,
giggling?
boosts
If
your
it's new,
confidence,
look
improves your
carefully.
listening skills,
Children,
and even
garden,
makes your
puppy.
pronunciation better.
This is a happy
And now,
scene.
you might be
Children are
wondering,
having fun,
okay, I
smiling,
get why it's important,
making
but how do
sounds
I
of
actually
laughter.
train my brain to
So,
think in English?
giggling must
Don't
mean
worry.
laughing in a
We're
light
going
and
to break
playful
it down
way.
step by
Excellent.
step.
You
But
guessed it
before
right.
that,
And
let's talk
again,
about some
you
common
didn't
mistakes
translate.
that
You
stop
used your
people from
brain like a
thinking in English.
detective
Now
to
that we
remember
understand
even
why
better.
thinking in
Repeat
English
the
is so
sentence with
important,
me.
let's
The
talk about
children were
something that
giggling in
holds
the
people
garden
back.
as they played
Common
with the
mistakes that
puppy.
stop
Say it
learners from
again.
training
But
their
this
brain
time
to
imagine the
think
sound
in
of happy
English.
children.
Yes,
This
many
picture
learners don't
and
even
sound in your
realize they're
mind
making
will
these
help you
mistakes.
remember
But once you
naturally.
fix them,
Daily
you'll
life
notice a
example.
big improvement
Let's
in
step
your
into a
fluency.
real-life
All right.
situation.
Mistake
Imagine
number
you are
one.
at a
The
cafe.
biggest one,
The waiter
relying too
asks,
much on
"Would you like that
translation.
beverage
If you
hot or
always
cold?"
translate in your
Maybe
head
the
before
word
speaking,
beverage is
your
new.
brain never
But
gets
think
used
about
to
the
thinking in
situation.
English directly.
You are in a
Exactly.
cafe. The
It's like
waiter is
riding a
offering you
bike with
something
training
hot
wheels
or
forever.
cold.
You
What
need to
is
trust
it?
your brain to
Yes,
form
a
sentences
drink.
naturally instead
Beverage
of always
simply
looking for
means
the right
drink.
translation.
You discovered the
And Julia,
meaning just from the
another common
environment.
mistake,
This is
focusing
how
too much
learning
on
works
grammar while
in daily
thinking.
life. You
A lot
don't
of
need to
learners try to
pause
make
and
every
check
sentence
every
perfect in
single
their mind
word.
before
You
speaking.
notice the
But
context.
that actually
You stay
slows them
calm.
down.
And you make
Oh,
smart
yes.
guesses.
Grammar is
Another
important,
example
but
from
if
a
you keep
movie.
stopping to check
Now,
every little
imagine
rule,
you are
you'll never
watching a
speak
movie.
naturally.
A character
Native speakers
says,
don't think
"I
about
can't
grammar
believe
rules
how
while
enormous
talking,
that
right?
building
Exactly.
is." Maybe
They
you
just
don't know the
speak.
word
And guess
enormous.
what?
Don't
Even
stop
native
the movie.
speakers make
Just
grammar
look at the
mistakes
scene.
sometimes.
They are staring
That's
at a
so true.
building. Their
Okay,
voice
mistake number
shows
3, fear
surprise.
of making
So,
mistakes.
enormous
Some
must
people
mean
are so
very
afraid of
big.
saying something
Repeat it
wrong
with
that they
me.
stop themselves
Enormous
from
means
thinking
very
or speaking
big.
in
Say
English
the
at
sentence
all.
out
Right.
loud. That building is
Making
enormous.
mistakes is how we
Picture a
learn.
huge building in your
The more you
mind
practice
while you
thinking
say
in
it.
English,
This
the
mental
better you'll
image
get.
will lock the word
Don't
into
be
your
afraid to
memory.
sound
A mini
imperfect.
detective exercise.
Fluency comes
Let's
with
test your
practice,
detective
not
skills with a
perfection.
small exercise.
Absolutely.
After the
And
long
another
hike,
mistake that
they were
blocks thinking in
completely
English,
exhausted and
not
sat
surrounding
down on the
yourself with
grass to
English.
rest.
If your
Which
daily
word
life
might
is
be
full of
new
your native
here?
language,
Exhausted.
your brain will
What does the
naturally default
sentence
to
tell
that
you?
language
They
instead of
had a long
English.
hike.
Great point.
They sat down to
If you
rest.
only use
After
English in
hard
a
activity,
classroom or for
people feel
studying,
very
but
tired.
not in
So
daily
exhausted
life,
must mean
your
very
brain won't
tired.
switch to
Repeat
English
with me.
naturally.
And
Exhausted
that's
means
why
very
immersion
tired.
is so
Good job.
important.
This is
Things
how
like
you grow
listening
your
to English
vocabulary
music, watching
naturally.
English videos,
Each time
and
you
reading in
guess,
English.
your brain gets
Exactly.
stronger. More
Okay,
short
let's quickly
examples.
recap.
Let's practice with
The
a few
biggest
more
mistakes that stop
sentences.
you from
The little
thinking in
boy was
English
shivering in
are:
the cold
1.
winter
Relying
air.
too much
New
on
word.
translation.
Shivering.
2.
Cold. Body
Overthinking
shakes.
grammar while
So,
forming sentences.
shivering means shaking
3.
because of cold.
Fear of
She
making
glanced at her
mistakes.
watch before
4.
leaving the house.
Not
New
surrounding
word.
yourself with
Glanced.
enough English.
Watch.
If you're
Before
making
leaving,
any of these mistakes,
you don't stare
worry.
for a long
The
time.
good news is
You
we're
look
going to
quickly.
show you how to fix them.
So,
Yes.
glanced
Up
means
next,
looked
we'll share
quickly.
some
The
powerful
garden was
step-by-step
filled with vibrant
strategies
flowers
to
in the
help you start
spring.
thinking in
New
English
word.
naturally.
Vibrant.
All right,
Flowers.
Julia.
Spring.
Now it's time for the most
Garden.
important part.
Bright.
How can
Colorful.
learners
Full of
actually train
life.
their brain
So,
to think
vibrant
in English?
means bright and
Yes,
full of energy.
we're going to break it
Say
down
them
into
with me
simple,
slowly.
powerful steps
Shivering
that
means
anyone can
shaking because
follow.
of cold.
Perfect.
Glanced means
start
look
with
quickly.
step 1.
Vibrant
Name
means
things
bright and
around
full
you
of
in
energy.
English.
Excellent.
I love
You
this
are
one.
training your brain
It's such
to
an
think in
easy
English
habit to build.
directly.
Just
Why
look
this
around you
method
and
works.
say the names
Every
of
time you
objects
try
in
this
English.
exercise,
For example,
you are
if
building a
you're in
new
your
habit.
room, think
Instead of translating,
bed, window,
you are
lamp,
thinking.
phone.
Instead of stopping,
Exactly.
you are
And
flowing.
to take it further,
And every time you
can
guess,
describe what's
even if it's
happening.
not perfect,
Like,
your
instead of
brain is
just
learning to
thinking
connect
cup,
English with
you
meaning
can think,
naturally.
I
This
am
is how
drinking
fluency
coffee
grows
from my
step
cup.
by step.
Yes.
Welcome
This helps
back.
your brain connect
In the first
everyday
part,
life with English,
you learned that you can
making it more
understand new
natural over
words
time.
without a
All right.
dictionary by
Step
looking at the
2.
context.
Talk
You
to
saw
yourself
examples
in
like
English.
breeze,
It
giggling,
might feel strange at
beverage,
first, but
enormous,
it's one
and
of the best
exhausted.
ways to start
Each time
thinking in English.
you used the
Yes,
situation
you
to
can do
guide
this
your
anywhere.
guess.
When you're
Now we are
cooking,
going
getting
to go
dressed, or
further.
walking outside.
In this part,
Just
you will
describe what
see
you're
how
doing in
stories,
simple English,
emotions,
like, "I'm
and
putting on my
imagination
shoes.
make words
It's a sunny
unforgettable.
day."
Why
And the great thing
stories help
is,
you
there's
remember.
no pressure,
Think for a
because
moment
you're
about
just
your
talking to
favorite
yourself.
movie or book.
Exactly.
You
And if you're
probably
worried
remember
about
the
making
characters,
mistakes,
the
don't be.
feelings, and
No one
even
is
small
listening.
details
It's
of the
just you
story.
training your
Why?
brain to use
Because
English
stories are
naturally.
powerful.
Great.
When a new
Now,
word
step
appears
3.
inside a
Use an
story,
English
it
to
connects to
English dictionary.
images,
Oh,
actions,
this is a game
and
changer.
emotions.
Many
Your
learners
brain
still
is
use
not only
dictionaries
reading
that
letters,
translate words
it is
into their
living the
native language.
experience.
But
That is
switching
why
to an
learning
English to English
vocabulary through
dictionary helps you
stories
think in
is
English
faster and
instead of
stronger than
translating.
memorizing
Right.
lists.
For example,
Practice with a
if you
short
don't know
story.
the word
Let's try a
excited,
practice
instead of
story together.
translating it to
When
your
the lights
native
went out
language,
during the storm,
look it up in an
Emma felt a
English
sudden
dictionary
surge
where
of
it says,
panic. But
"Feeling
then she
very
quickly lit a
happy and
candle
eager."
and calmed down.
That way,
The new
your
word
brain
here is
connects
surge.
words in
Look
English,
carefully.
not
The lights
another
went out.
language.
Emma felt
Exactly.
panic.
And it
but only
improves your
for a short
vocabulary
moment.
naturally.
A sudden,
All
strong
right,
feeling.
next step
That's
4,
the
think
meaning.
in simple
Surge
sentences
means a
first.
sudden, strong
Yes.
increase of
Many
emotion
learners
or
try to think
Energy.
think in complex
Repeat it
sentences
with
too
me.
soon,
Surge
and that makes them
means
feel
a sudden,
stuck.
strong
Instead,
increase.
start with
Now
short,
say the
simple
full
thoughts.
sentence.
Like
She
instead
felt
of
a sudden
thinking,
surge of
I
panic.
should go to the store
Imagine
because I
Emma's
need to buy
heart
some
beating
vegetables
fast
for
in the
dinner.
dark storm.
Just start
That
with,
image and
I
emotion
need
will help you
vegetables.
remember.
Yes,
Another
once
story
you get
example.
comfortable, your
The
sentences
teacher
will
commended the
naturally get longer
students
over
for their
time.
hard
All
work.
right.
The new
Let's move
word
on
is
to step
commended.
5.
What usually
Have an
happens
English
when
inner
students
voice.
work hard? A teacher praises them. So, commended means praised. Say it
Hello,
with me.
everyone,
Commended
and welcome
means
back to the
praised.
English
Then
Learning
repeat.
Podcast.
The teacher commended the
Jason,
students
your
for their
host,
hard
and
work.
with me today
Notice how
is
the
my amazing
situation makes the
co-host,
meaning
Julia.
clear. You
Hey
didn't need
Jason,
translation.
hey everyone, we're so
Why
excited to have you
emotions
here with
are
us
key.
today.
Words
If you're
are
someone who
not
struggles
just
with
sounds.
thinking in English,
They carry
then this
emotions.
episode is just
when
for
you
you.
connect a
That's
word to a
right.
feeling,
Have you ever
it
found
becomes
yourself
stronger in your
translating
memory.
every word
Let's
in your
test
head
this with a
before
few
speaking?
examples.
It
She was
slows you
thrilled
down,
to finally
right?
meet her favorite
Exactly.
actor. Even
Many
if
English
thrilled
learners
is
face
new,
this
you
problem.
can feel
They
from the
think in their native
sentence
language
that it is
first,
something
then try to
exciting
translate
and
into English,
positive.
and by the
Thrilled
time they're
means
ready
very
to speak, the
excited or
moment has
extremely
passed.
happy.
But don't worry.
Say it. Thrilled
today's
means
episode,
very
we're going
excited.
to show you
Now
how to
imagine
train your
yourself
brain to
meeting
think
someone you
directly in
admire.
English,
Feel the
just
happiness in your
like a
body
native speaker.
and repeat.
And trust
I
me,
was
once you
thrilled to
start
meet
thinking
her.
in English,
Can you
everything
feel how the
becomes
emotion
easier.
makes the word
Speaking,
alive?
listening,
Another
even writing.
emotional example.
So, if
He
you've
was
ever wondered how to
devastated when
stop
his team
translating
lost the
and start
final
thinking in
match.
English
Here,
naturally,
the
stay with
emotion is
us
the
because
opposite.
we've
His
got
team
some
lost.
powerful
He felt
techniques to
terrible.
share.
Devastated
in.
means
All right,
extremely
Julia.
sad.
Let's start with the big
Broken-hearted.
question.
Say it with
Why
me.
is thinking in
Devastated
English so
means very
important for
sad.
learners?
Now say the
Great
full
question,
sentence.
Jason.
He was
The truth
devastated
is,
when his
if
team
you always
lost.
think in your
This
native
heavy
language
feeling
first
locks
and
the
then
meaning into
translate,
your brain.
you'll never be
Role
able to
play
speak
with
fluently.
feelings. Let's do a
Exactly.
little role play
creates a
together.
delay,
Repeat
right?
after me and
Your
try to
brain
feel
is
the
working
word.
twice as
Anna was
hard.
nervous before
First,
giving her
it
big
forms a sentence in your
presentation.
native
Nervous
language.
means
Then
worried
it
or
tries to find the
anxious.
right English
Remember a time
words.
you felt
And
nervous
sometimes the
before an
translation
exam
doesn't even
or
make
before
sense.
speaking
Oh,
in public.
absolutely.
Connect
Like
that
if someone
memory to the
translates,
word.
"I am cold,"
Another
word
role
for word
play.
from another
James
language,
was
they might
overjoyed when he
say,
got the
"I
job he
have
always
cold,"
wanted.
which sounds
Overjoyed
unnatural
means
in
extremely
English.
happy.
Right.
Smile
And
as you
that's why
say,
thinking in
I was
English helps
overjoyed.
so much.
When you use
It
your
trains
emotions,
your brain to form
learning
sentences
becomes
the way
personal.
native speakers
Synonyms
do,
and
without getting
antonyms.
stuck on
Another
translation.
powerful
And let's
tool
talk
is
about
noticing
confidence.
synonyms,
When you
similar
start thinking
meanings,
in
and
English,
antonyms,
you feel more
opposites.
confident
If you know
because
one
words
word,
come to you
you can
faster.
often guess another.
Yes.
Example,
No more pausing for
the
long
movie was
seconds to
hilarious,
translate in your
and
head.
everyone in the
You'll
theater
respond
laughed
naturally
loudly.
and smoothly.
What does hilarious
big
mean?
reason?
If everyone
It
laughed,
improves your
it must
listening
mean very
skills.
funny.
If
Another
you think
one,
in
the
English,
mountain was
your brain
gigantic
processes
compared
English
to the houses
conversations
below.
faster,
Gigantic
so you
is similar to
understand
big,
people better.
but much
That's
bigger.
so
So it
true,
means
and not just
extremely
in
large.
conversations.
Now let's
Even
try
when you're watching
antonyms.
movies
The
or
room was
listening to
dim,
music,
unlike
you
the
start
bright hallway
recognizing words
outside.
instantly
If the
instead
hallway
of
is bright,
translating everything.
dim must
And
mean
Julia,
not bright,
let's not
not
forget
much
that
light.
thinking in English
Small
also
synonym
helps with
antonym game.
pronunciation.
Let's
Good
play.
point.
Repeat each
Because when you think in
sentence
English,
and guess the
you
meaning.
start hearing the sounds in
soup
your
was
head the way
scalding
native
when it
speakers
arrived
say
at the
them,
table.
which helps
Scalding
with speaking
means very
clearly.
hot.
So,
The
just
street
to
was deserted
summarize,
late at night,
thinking in
but in the
English helps
morning
you speak
it was
faster,
crowded.
boosts
Deserted
your
is the
confidence,
opposite of crowded.
improves your
It means
listening skills,
empty. Her
and
handwriting
even
is
makes your
neat, but his
pronunciation
is
better.
sloppy.
And now
Neat
you might
means
be
tidy
wondering,
and clean.
okay,
Sloppy
I
means
get why it's
messy.
important,
By
but how
paying
do I
attention
actually
to
train my brain to
comparisons,
think in
you can
English?
learn words
Don't worry.
quickly.
We're going to
Shadowing
break it down
practice.
step
Now
by
let's
step.
practice repeating
But before
sentences
that,
slowly.
let's talk
This
about
is
some
called
common
shadowing.
mistakes
It helps
that
your
stop
mouth and
people
ears
from
work
thinking in
together.
English.
The child
Now
was
that we
drowsy
understand
after
why
lunch
thinking in
and
English is
soon
so
fell
important,
asleep.
let's talk
Drowsy
about something
means
that holds
sleepy.
people back.
The party was lively
Common
with
mistakes that
music
stop
and
learners
dancing
from
all
training their
night.
brain
Lively
to
means
think
full of
in English.
energy. She was
Yes.
cautious
Many
while
learners don't
crossing
even
the busy
realize
street.
they're making these
Cautious
mistakes.
means careful.
But once you
Repeat
fix
each
them, you'll
sentence
notice
slowly
a big
after me.
improvement
By
in your
doing
fluency.
this,
All
you
right.
are training your
Mistake
brain
number
to
one.
connect words
The
with
biggest
real-life
one, relying too
actions.
much on
Visualization. Picture
you
the
always
word.
translate
Another
in your
trick
head
is
before
visualization.
speaking, your
When you
brain
meet a
never
new
gets used to
word,
thinking
create
in
a picture
English
in your
directly.
mind.
Exactly.
The picture will hold
It's
the
like riding
meaning
a
better
bike
than
with
a
training wheels
dictionary.
forever.
For example,
You need to trust
he
your
wandered
brain
through the
form
forest
sentences
for
naturally
hours.
instead of always
Wandered
looking for the
means
right
walking without a
translation.
clear
And
path.
Julia,
Just
another
exploring.
common mistake,
Picture
focusing
yourself
too
in the
much on
forest,
grammar while
walking
thinking.
slowly,
A
looking
lot of learners
around.
try to make
Another
every sentence
example.
perfect
The
in their
kids
mind
scampered to
before
the
speaking.
playground. As
But
soon
that
as school
actually slows them
ended,
down.
scampered
Oh,
means
yes.
ran
Grammar
quickly
is
in a
important,
playful way.
but if you keep
Imagine
stopping to check
happy
every
children
little
running
rule,
fast
you'll
to the
never speak
playground.
naturally. Native
Visualization
speakers
makes
don't think
learning
about grammar
fun
rules while
and
talking,
natural.
right?
Action
Exactly.
practice.
They just
Let's try
speak.
acting out
And guess
some
what?
words. The
Even
puppy
native
was
speakers
trembling
make
during the
grammar mistakes
thunderstorm.
sometimes.
Trembling
That's
means
so
shaking
true.
with fear.
Okay, mistake
Pretend
number
you're
3,
trembling
fear of
while
making
saying it.
mistakes.
She
Some
whispered a
people are
secret
so
into her
afraid of saying
friend's
something
ear.
wrong that they
Whispered
stop
means
themselves
speaking
from
very
thinking or speaking
quietly.
in English
Try
at all.
whispering now.
Right?
The baby
But making
grasped her mother's
mistakes is how
finger
we learn.
tightly.
The
Grasped
more you
means
practice
held
thinking in
tightly.
English,
Make the action
the
with your
better you'll get.
hand. When you move your
Don't be
body with the
afraid to
word,
sound
it
imperfect.
becomes unforgettable.
Fluency comes
Review
with
and
practice,
motivation.
not
In this
perfection.
part, you learn that
Absolutely. And
stories
another
give you
mistake that
strong
blocks thinking
clues
in
for new
English,
words.
not surrounding
Emotions
yourself
help
with
you lock
English.
words
If your
into
daily
memory.
life is full of your native
Synonyms and
language,
antonyms
your brain will naturally
expand your
default to that
vocabulary
language
quickly.
instead of English.
Shadowing
Great
and
point.
visualization
If you only
make
use
words
English in
part
the
of your daily
classroom or
life.
for studying,
Acting words with
but
your
not in
body
daily life,
helps you feel
your
them
brain
deeply.
won't switch to
Remember,
English
you don't need to
naturally.
memorize
And that's
boring
why
lists.
immersion is
You
so
need to live the
important.
words.
Things like
Feel
listening
them.
to English music,
Imagine them.
watching English
Act
videos,
them out.
and
That
reading
is
in
how
English.
fluency grows.
Exactly.
In the next
Okay,
part,
let's
we will
quickly
continue
recap.
by
The
learning how to
biggest
notice
mistakes that stop
patterns,
you from thinking in
prefixes,
English
and
are,
suffixes in
1, relying
English
too
so you
much
can
on
unlock
translation.
many words at
2,
once. You've done a great
overthinking
job so
grammar while
far.
forming
In part
sentences.
1, we
3,
practiced guessing
fear of
words from
making mistakes.
context. In
4,
part 2, we
not
added
surrounding
stories,
yourself with enough
emotions,
English.
and
If you're making any
visualization
of these
to make
mistakes, don't
vocabulary
worry.
stronger.
The good news is
Now,
we're
in
going to show
part
you how to
3,
fix them.
you will learn one of the
Yes.
most
Up
powerful
next, we'll
shortcuts
share some
in
powerful
English.
step-by-step
Word patterns.
strategies
Why
to help you
patterns are
start thinking in
important.
English
words
naturally.
are not
All right,
lonely
giddy up.
islands. They
Now it's
belong to
time for the most
families.
important
Once you
part.
learn the parent
How
word,
can
you
learners
can
actually
understand many
train their
children
brain
words
to think
by
in
looking at
English?
prefixes.
Yes,
The
we're going
parts
to
at the
break it down
beginning
into
and
simple,
suffixes
powerful
the
steps
parts at
that
the
anyone
end.
can follow.
These small
Perfect.
pieces carry meaning,
Let's start
and
with
when you
step 1.
recognize them,
Name
you don't
things
need to
around
check
you
a
in
dictionary.
English.
You
Oh,
can
I
unlock
love
the
this
meaning
one.
by yourself.
It's such an
Example,
easy habit to
word,
build.
family,
Just
happy.
look around
You
you and say
probably
the
already
names of
know the
objects
word
in English.
happy.
For
From
example,
that one
if you're
word,
in your room,
you can
think
understand many
bed,
others.
window,
Happiness,
lamp,
the state of
phone.
being happy,
Exactly.
unhappy,
And to
not
take it
happy,
further, you
happily,
can
in a
describe
happy
what's
way.
happening.
See,
Like,
from
instead of
one
just
root
thinking
word,
cup,
you just learned
you
3
can think,
more. That's how
I
your
am drinking
vocabulary
coffee
grows
from my
naturally.
cup.
Repeat with
Yes,
me.
this helps
Happy,
your brain connect everyday
happiness,
life with
unhappy,
English, making
happily.
it more
Can you
natural
hear the
over
rhythm?
time.
All
These
right.
patterns
Step
will help
2.
your brain
Talk
notice
to yourself
connections
in English.
automatically. Another
It might feel
example,
strange at
word,
first,
family,
but
act.
it's one of the
Let's
best
try another
ways to
base
start
word.
thinking in
Act,
English.
act.
Yes,
To do something.
you can do this
action.
anywhere. When
The
you're
thing
cooking,
that is
getting
done.
dressed, or
Actor.
walking
The
outside.
person who does
Just
it.
describe what you're
Active.
doing in
Doing
simple
something.
English, like,
Not sitting
I'm
still.
putting on my
Repeat
shoes.
after me
It's a
slowly.
sunny day.
Act.
And the great
Action.
thing is,
Actor.
there's no pressure,
Active.
because
You
you're
didn't
just
need
talking to
translation
yourself.
for any
Exactly.
of these. You
And
just
if you're
use the
worried about
family
making
pattern.
mistakes,
Quick
don't be.
exercise.
No one
Now
is
let's
listening.
practice.
It's just
I will
you
give you a
training your
base
brain to
word.
use English
You try to think
naturally.
of related
Great.
forms.
Now,
The base
step
word
3,
is
use an
create.
English
What
to
comes
English
to mind?
dictionary.
Creation.
Oh, this is a game
creative.
changer.
Creativity.
Many learners still use
creator.
dictionaries
All
that
connected
translate
to the
words
idea
into their
of
native
creating
language.
something.
But
Another
switching to an
base
English
word.
to English
Move.
dictionary
You
helps
can
you
make
think in
movement.
English instead of
Removal.
translating.
Movie.
Right. For
Mover.
example,
Again,
if you don't know
all
the word
connected to
excited,
moving.
instead
This
of
is why
translating it
patterns
to
are
your
like
native
keys.
language,
One
look
key
it up
opens
in an
many
English
doors.
dictionary
4
where it
types of
says,
context
"Feeling
clues.
very
In
happy
addition to
and
word
eager."
families, sentences
That way,
often
your
give you
brain
direct
connects
hints
words in
about the
English,
meaning of a
not
word.
another
There are
language.
4 common
Exactly.
types. Definition
And it improves your
clues.
vocabulary naturally.
Sometimes the
All
sentence
right.
explains
Next
the
step
word
4,
directly.
think in simple
Example,
sentences first.
she is bilingual.
Yes. Many
Which
learners
means
try
she
to
can
think in
speak 2
complex
languages.
sentences too soon,
The phrase
and
which
that makes them
means
feel
gives the
stuck.
definition.
Instead, start with
Example
short, simple
clues.
thoughts.
Sometimes
Like
the
instead of
sentence sentence
thinking,
lists
"I should
examples.
go to the store
Example,
because I
he
need to buy
enjoys
some
citrus
vegetables for
fruits,
dinner."
such as
Just
oranges,
start with,
lemons,
"I
and
need
limes.
vegetables."
Even if you don't
Yes,
know
once you get
citrus,
comfortable,
the
your
examples
sentences will
explain
naturally
it.
get longer over
Contrast
time.
clues.
All right,
Sometimes
let's
the
move on to
sentence
step
shows the
5.
opposite. Example,
English inner
unlike
voice.
his gregarious brother, Tom is shy and quiet. If you know shy and quiet,
Hello,
then
everyone,
gregarious must
and
mean the
welcome back to the
opposite,
English
friendly
Learning
and
Podcast.
social.
I'm
Mood
Jason,
or
your
tone
host,
clues.
and with me
Sometimes the
today
feeling
is
gives
my
the
amazing
meaning.
co-host,
Example,
Julia.
she slammed the
Hey,
door
Jason.
angrily.
Hey, everyone. We're
Even
so
if
excited to
slammed
have
is
you here with
new,
us
the
today.
tone
If you're
shows
someone
it
who
means
struggles with
closed with
thinking in
force.
English, then this
Practice with
episode is
context
just for you.
clues.
That's
Let's
right.
practice together.
Have you ever
He
found
felt
yourself
jubilant after
translating
hearing
every
the good
word in your head
news.
before
The
speaking?
clue is good
It
news.
slows you
So
down,
jubilant
right?
must mean very
Exactly.
happy.
Many
The forest
English
was
learners face
tranquil,
this
with
problem.
birds
They
singing
think in their native
softly
language
and a
first,
gentle
then
breeze.
try to
The
translate into
clue is
English,
softly,
and by the time they're
gentle
ready to
breeze.
speak, the
So
moment has
tranquil
passed.
means
But don't
calm
worry.
and
In
peaceful.
today's
He was
episode, we're
reluctant to
going to
join the
show you how
game,
to train your
unlike his
brain to think
friends who were
directly in
eager.
English,
The clue
just
is
like a
unlike
native
eager.
speaker.
And
So
trust me,
reluctant
once you
means
start
not
thinking in
willing,
English, everything
not
becomes
wanting.
easier.
Say them with
Speaking,
me.
listening,
Jubilant
even
means
writing.
very
So,
happy.
if you've ever
Tranquil
wondered
means
how to
calm
stop
and
translating
peaceful.
and start
Reluctant
thinking in
means
English
not
naturally,
willing.
stay
Short
with us
practice
because
story.
we've
Now
got
let's
some
shadow a
powerful
short
techniques
story.
to share.
Maria hesitated
dive in.
before
All right,
speaking,
Julia.
unsure of
Let's
how to
start with the
express
big
her
question.
feelings.
Why
Finally,
is
she
thinking in
gathered the
English so
courage to
important for
continue.
learners?
The new
Great
word is
question,
hesitated.
Jason. The
From the
truth is,
story,
if you
you can
always think
guess
in your
it means
native language
pausing before
first and
doing
then
something.
translate, you'll
Say
never
it.
be able to speak
Hesitated
fluently.
means paused before
Exactly.
acting.
It
Now
creates a
act it
delay,
out.
right?
Imagine yourself
Your brain
stopping,
is working
breathing,
twice as hard.
and then
First,
speaking.
it
That
forms a
action
sentence
will
in your
help you
native
feel the
language.
word.
Then
Another
it tries to
practice
find the
story.
right
The
English
city was
words.
bustling
And
with
sometimes the
activity as
translation doesn't
vendors
even make
sold
sense.
food
Oh,
and people
absolutely.
hurried to work.
Like if someone
New word,
translates I am
bustling,
cold word
from
for
the
word
scene.
from another
You can
language,
imagine
they
busy
might say,
streets,
I have
movement,
cold,
and energy.
which sounds
So
unnatural
bustling
in
means
English.
full of activity
Right.
and energy.
And that's why
Say
thinking in
it.
English
Bustling
helps so
means
much.
busy and
It
full of
trains your brain
energy.
to form
Repeat the full
sentences the way native
sentence.
speakers
The
do,
city was
without
bustling
getting
with
stuck on
activity.
translation.
Now
And
picture
let's
the
talk
lively
about
street in your
confidence.
mind.
When you start
Fascination
thinking in
example.
English,
The
you
child
feel
was
more
fascinated
confident
by the
because
magician's
words come to you
tricks,
faster.
watching with wide
Yes.
eyes.
No
New
more
word.
pausing for long seconds to
Fascinated.
translate
Look at the
in your
child's
head.
wide eyes.
You'll respond
He is
naturally and
amazed,
smoothly.
deeply
Another
interested.
big reason?
So,
It
fascinated
improves
means
your listening
amazed
skills.
or extremely
If you think
interested.
in English,
Say it.
your brain
Fascinated
processes
means
English
amazed and
conversations
very
faster,
interested.
so you
Repeat the full
understand people
sentence with
better.
me.
That's
The
so
child was
true.
fascinated
And
by
not
the
just in
magician's
conversations.
tricks. This
Even
is
when
how
you're
you
watching
connect
movies
words
or
to
listening to
emotions
music,
and
you
pictures.
start
Using
recognizing
emotions
words
again.
instantly
Let's
instead of
try more
translating
examples
everything.
connected to
And
feelings.
Julia,
She was
let's not
thrilled to
forget that
finally
thinking
meet
in
her
English
favorite
also
actor.
helps with pronunciation.
Thrilled means very
Good point.
excited.
Because
He was
when you think in
devastated
English,
when his
you start
team
hearing
lost
the
the
sounds
final
in your head
match.
the way native speakers
Devastated
say them,
means
which
very
helps with
sad.
speaking clearly.
These emotional
So, just to
contrasts
summarize,
help your brain remember.
thinking in English
Happy and
helps you speak
excited,
faster,
sad and
boosts your
broken-hearted.
confidence,
The emotions make the
improves your
words
listening
stick.
skills,
Review
and
of
even
part
makes your
3. In this
pronunciation
part,
better.
you learned how
now,
to
you might be
use
wondering,
word families with
okay,
prefixes
I get why
and
it's important,
suffixes.
but how do I
Notice
actually
4
train my
main
brain
types
to
of
think in
context
English?
clues.
Don't worry.
Definition,
We're going to break it
examples,
down step by
contrast, and
But
tone.
before that,
Practice with
let's
short
talk about some
stories
common
that give
mistakes
meaning
that stop
naturally.
people from
Connect
thinking in
words to
English.
emotions
Now
and
that we
actions
understand
for
why
stronger
thinking in
memory.
English is
Every
so
time you
important,
pay attention
let's
to
talk
these
about something that
patterns,
holds
you
people
gain the
back.
power to learn
Common
faster
mistakes that
and
stop
more
learners from
independently.
training
In
their
the
brain
next part,
to
we
think
will
in
explore
English.
even more
Yes.
how to
Many
use
learners don't even
synonyms,
realize they're
opposites,
making these
and
mistakes.
shadowing
But once
stories
you
to
fix
keep
them, you'll
expanding
notice
your
a big
vocabulary
improvement in
step
your
by
fluency.
step.
All right.
In part 3,
Mistake number
we
1.
explored word
The biggest
families,
one, relying
context
too much on
clues,
translation.
and how patterns
If
make
you always
English
translate in your
easier.
head before
Now, in part
speaking,
4,
your
we
brain
are
never
going to
gets used
practice
to
more
thinking
with
in English
synonyms,
directly.
opposites,
Exactly.
and short
It's
stories.
like riding a bike
You
with
will
training
also
wheels
learn
forever.
how to
You
use
need to trust
shadowing
your
in
brain to
real-life
form sentences
situations
naturally
to make
instead of always
words
looking for
stay
the
in your
right
memory.
translation.
Why synonyms
Julia,
and
another
opposites are
common mistake
powerful.
focusing
One of the
too much on
fastest
grammar
ways to
while
grow your
thinking.
vocabulary vocabulary
A lot of
is to
learners
notice
try to make every
synonyms,
sentence
similar
perfect in their
meanings,
mind
and
before
antonyms
speaking.
opposites.
But that
If you
actually
already know
slows them
one
down.
word, you
Oh,
can
yes.
guess another.
Grammar
This
is
trick
important,
saves you
but if you
time
keep stopping
and
to
helps
check
you feel
every little
confident.
rule,
For
never speak
example,
naturally.
if you know the word
Native speakers
big,
don't think
you
about
can
grammar
understand
rules while
huge,
talking, right?
large,
Exactly. They
gigantic,
just speak.
enormous.
And
They
guess
all
what?
mean something
Even
similar.
native speakers
If you
make
know the
grammar
word
mistakes
small, you can
sometimes.
understand
That's
tiny,
so true.
little,
Okay, mistake
miniature.
number 3, fear of
The
making
same
mistakes.
is true for opposites.
Some people are so
if you
afraid
know
of saying
hot,
something wrong
you can
that they
guess
stop
cold.
themselves from
If you
thinking
know
or
light,
speaking in
you
English
can
at
guess
all.
dark.
Right?
This way, one
making
word
mistakes
becomes a
is how
door
we
to many
learn.
more. Practice
more
with
you practice
synonyms.
thinking in
Let's look
English,
at some
the better
sentences.
you'll get.
The comedian's jokes
Don't
were
be afraid to
hilarious,
sound
and the
imperfect.
audience laughed
Fluency
loudly.
comes with
What does
practice,
hilarious
not
mean?
perfection.
If everyone laughed,
Absolutely.
it must mean
And
very
another mistake
funny.
that blocks
Another
thinking
one.
in English?
The mountain was
Not
gigantic
surrounding yourself with
compared to the
English.
houses below.
If your daily life is full of
Gigantic
your native
means
language,
extremely large.
your brain will
The
naturally
soup was
default to that
scrumptious,
language
and
instead
everyone
of
wanted a
English.
second
Great
serving.
point.
Scrumptious
only
means
use English in a
delicious.
classroom
Repeat them
or
with
for
me.
studying,
Hilarious
but not
means
in
very
daily
funny.
life.
Gigantic
Your brain
means
won't switch to
extremely
English
large.
naturally.
Scrumptious
And
means
that's why
delicious.
immersion
See
is
how
so
synonyms
important.
expand your
Things
word
like
bank
listening to
quickly.
English music,
Practice with
watching English
opposites.
videos,
Now
and
let's
reading in
practice
English.
antonyms.
Exactly.
The street was deserted
Okay,
late at
let's
night,
quickly
but in the
recap.
morning
The
it was
biggest
crowded.
mistakes that stop you
Deserted
from
is the
thinking in
opposite of
English
crowded.
are,
It
1.
means
Relying too
empty.
much
Her
on
handwriting is
translation.
neat, but
2.
his is sloppy.
Overthinking
Neat
grammar
means
while
tidy
forming
and clean.
sentences.
Sloppy means
3.
messy. The
Fear
room
of
was
making
dim,
mistakes.
unlike the bright
4.
hallway outside.
Not surrounding
Dim means
yourself with
not
enough
bright.
English.
With
If
little
you're making
light,
any of these
say them
mistakes,
slowly
don't
with
worry.
me.
The good news
Deserted
is
means
we're
empty.
going to show you how to
Sloppy
fix them.
means messy.
Yes.
Dim
Up
means
next,
not
we'll
bright.
share some
By looking for
powerful
words
step-by-step
like but,
strategies
unlike,
to help you start
however,
thinking in
you can
English
often
naturally.
discover opposites,
Julia.
shadowing practice
Now
with
it's
daily
time for the
life.
most important
Now let's
part.
train with some
How can
sentences you
learners
can use
actually
every
train their
day.
brain
Remember
to
to
think
repeat
in
them
English?
slowly after
Yes,
me.
we're going to
The
break it
child
down
was
into
drowsy
simple,
after
powerful
lunch
steps
and
that
soon
anyone
fell
can
asleep.
follow.
Drowsy means
Let's
sleepy.
start with
The
step
party
1.
was lively with
Name
music
things
and
around
dancing
you
all
in
night.
English.
Lively
I
means
love
full of
this one.
energy.
It's
She was
such an easy
cautious
habit
while
to build.
crossing the busy
Just
street.
look around you and say the
Cautious
names
means
of
careful.
objects in English.
Say them again
For
and
example,
imagine the
if you're in your
situation.
room,
A
think
sleepy child,
bed, window,
a fun party,
lamp,
a careful
phone.
person crossing the
Exactly.
road. Your
And to take it
imagination
further,
makes the
you
words
can describe
alive.
what's happening.
Visualization with
Like,
actions.
instead of just
Let's
thinking
practice more with
cup, you
visualization.
can think,
When you picture
I
the
am
action,
drinking coffee
the meaning
from my
becomes
cup.
clear.
Yes.
The baby crawled
This helps your
across the
brain
floor.
connect everyday
Crawled
life with
means
English,
moved on
making
hands
it
and
more
knees.
natural over
The boy
time.
leapt into
All
the
right.
swimming
Step
pool.
2.
Leapt means
Talk
jumped.
to
The
yourself in
leaves
English.
rustled in the wind.
It might feel
Rustled
strange at
means
first,
made a soft
but it's
sound
one
while
of the
moving.
best ways to
Close
start
your
thinking
eyes
in
and
English.
imagine each action.
Yes, you
The
can do
baby
this
on the
anywhere.
floor, the
When you're
boy
cooking,
jumping,
getting dressed,
the
or
leaves
walking
moving in the
outside.
wind.
Just describe
These
what you're doing in
pictures are
simple
stronger
English,
than
like,
any
I'm
translation.
putting on my shoes.
Sound words in English.
It's a sunny day.
Some English
And the great
words
thing
even
is,
sound like what
there's
they
no pressure,
describe.
because
These
you're
are
just
called
talking to
sound
yourself.
words.
Exactly.
Buzz, the sound
And
of
if
a
you're
bee
worried
or a
about making
phone.
mistakes,
Bang,
don't be.
the sound of
No
something
one is
hitting.
listening. It's
Crash,
just you
the
training
sound
your
of
brain
something
to use
breaking.
English naturally.
Whisper, a
Great.
soft, quiet
Now,
voice.
step 3.
Repeat them
Use
with
an
me.
English to English
Buzz,
dictionary.
bang,
Oh,
crash,
this is a game changer.
whisper.
Many
Now use
learners
them in
still use
sentences.
dictionaries
The
that
phone
translate words
buzzed
into
on the
their native
table.
language.
The door banged
But switching
shut.
to an
The
English
glass
to English
crashed to the
dictionary
floor.
helps you
She
think
whispered
in
my
English
name.
instead of
Can you
translating.
hear the sound
Right.
in your mind?
For example,
That's why these
you don't
words
know the
are
word
easy to
excited,
remember.
instead of
Practice with
translating it to your
opposites in
native
daily
language,
life. Let's
look it
do
up in
another
an
simple
English
activity.
dictionary where it
The
says,
water was boiling.
"Feeling very
Boiling
happy
means very
and
hot.
eager."
The air was
That way,
freezing.
your brain
Freezing
connects
means very
words in
cold.
English,
The opposite
not
of hot.
another language.
Another one. I was
Exactly.
exhausted
And it
after
improves your
work.
vocabulary
Exhausted
naturally.
means very
All right.
tired.
Next
The
step
next day,
4,
I was
think in simple
energetic in the
sentences
morning.
first.
Energetic
Yes.
means full of
Many
energy.
learners try to think
The
in
opposite of
complex
tired.
sentences too
Repeat
soon,
them with me.
and that makes them feel
Boiling
stuck.
and freezing.
Instead, start with
exhausted
short,
and
simple thoughts.
energetic.
Like,
When you
instead
learn
of thinking,
opposites in
"I should
pairs,
go to
your
the store
brain
because
remembers
I need to
both
buy
more
some vegetables
easily.
for dinner."
Mini story practice.
start with,
Now let's practice
"I
with a
need
short
vegetables.
story. The puppy
Yes,
was
once you
trembling
get
during the
comfortable, your sentences will
thunderstorm.
naturally
She
get
whispered a
longer over
secret into
time.
her friend's
right,
ear.
let's
The
move on
baby
to step
grasped her
5.
mother's finger
Have an
tightly.
English inner
New
voice.
words.
Oh.
Trembling, whispered, grasped, Trembling means shaking with fear.
Hello, everyone,
Whispered means
and welcome
speaking
back
very
to the
quietly.
English Learning
Grasped
Podcast.
means held
I'm
tightly.
Jason, your
Repeat the
host,
sentences
and
with
with me
me
today
and
is
try
my
acting them
amazing
out.
co-host,
Shake your
Julia.
body like you are
Hey, Jason.
trembling.
Hey, everyone.
Whisper
We're so
softly.
excited to have you here with
Hold
us
something
today.
tightly
If
in
you're
your
someone
hand.
who struggles
These
with thinking in
actions
English,
lock the
then
words
this
into
episode
memory.
is just for
Review
you.
of part
That's
4.
right.
In this
Have you ever
part,
found
you
yourself
practiced
translating every
learning
word in your
synonyms
head
to
before
expand
speaking?
vocabulary
It
quickly,
slows you down,
using
right?
antonyms to understand
Exactly.
opposites,
Many
shadowing
English learners face
sentences
this
with
problem.
real-life
They
actions,
think in their native language
visualizing
first, then try to
actions,
translate
and
into
connecting
English,
words to
and by the time
pictures,
they're ready to
remembering
speak, the
sound
moment has
words
passed.
that
But
teach
don't worry.
meaning through
In
sound,
today's episode,
acting out new
we're going
words
to
with
show
your
you how
body to
train
make them
your brain to think
unforgettable.
directly
By
in
now,
English,
you should
just
feel more
like a native
confident
speaker.
in
And trust
understanding
me,
and
once you
using
start
new
thinking in
English
English,
words
everything becomes
naturally.
easier.
In the next
Speaking,
part, we
listening,
will
even
focus on
writing.
prefixes
So, if you've
and
ever wondered how to
suffixes,
stop
small building
translating and
blocks
start
of
thinking in
English
English
that allow
naturally,
you to
stay
unlock
with us
dozens of new
because
words at
we've got
once.
some
You will
powerful
see how a
techniques to
single
share.
piece,
Let's
like
dive
un,
in.
All
re,
right, Julia. Let's start with the
ness
big
can open
question.
many doors to
Why
meaning.
is thinking
You've
in
done
English
amazing
so
so
important
far.
for learners?
In part 4,
Great question,
we explored
Jason.
synonyms,
The truth is,
opposites,
if you always
and
think in
practice
your native
shadowing with
language
real-life
first and then translate,
sentences. Now,
you'll never be
in
able
part
to speak
5,
fluently.
we will unlock
Exactly.
another powerful
It
secret of
creates a delay,
English.
right?
Prefixes
Your
and
brain is working
suffixes.
twice
These
as
are
hard.
small parts
First,
that
it
attach to
forms a
words
sentence in your
and
native
change their
language.
meaning.
Then
Once
it
you
tries to
recognize
find the right
them,
English
you can
words.
understand
And
dozens of new
sometimes the
words
translation doesn't
without
even
needing
make
a
sense.
dictionary.
Oh,
What are
absolutely.
prefixes and
Like if someone
suffixes?
translates
A
"I am
prefix is
cold"
a
word
small
for word
piece
from
at
another
the beginning
language,
of a
they
word.
might say,
For
"I
example,
have cold," which
unhappy.
sounds
A
unnatural
suffix
in
is a
English.
small piece
Right.
at the end of a
And that's why
word.
thinking
For
in
example,
English helps so
ness
much.
and
It
kindness.
trains your
Think
brain
of them
to form
as little
sentences the way
tools.
native
They don't
speakers
stand
do,
alone,
without getting
but they
stuck on
give words
translation.
new
And let's
meanings.
talk about confidence.
Prefix.
When you
Un.
start
The
thinking in
prefix
English,
un
you feel more
usually means
confident
not.
because words come to
Examples.
you faster.
Comfortable.
Yes.
Uncomfortable,
No
not
more pausing
comfortable.
for long
Happy,
seconds to translate
unhappy,
in your
not
head.
happy.
You'll
Clear,
respond
unclear,
naturally
not
and
clear.
smoothly.
Repeat
Another
with
big
me.
reason?
Uncomfortable
It
means
improves your
not
listening
comfortable.
skills.
Unhappy means
If you
not
think in
happy.
English,
Unclear
your
means
brain
not clear.
processes English
Easy.
conversations
Right.
faster.
You just
So you
learned 3
understand
new
people
words
better.
from one pattern.
That's so true.
Suffix.
And not just in
The
conversations.
suffix
Even when you're
usually
watching
means a
movies or
person who
listening to
does
music,
something.
you start
Examples.
recognizing words
Teach.
instantly
Teacher, a person
instead
who
of
teaches.
translating everything.
Drive.
And
Driver, a
Julia,
person who drives.
let's not forget
Sing.
that thinking in English
Singer, a
also
person who
helps with
sings. Say them
pronunciation.
with me.
Good point.
Teacher.
Because
driver.
when you think in English,
Singer.
you start hearing
Notice
the
the
sounds in your
pattern.
head the way
You can
native
guess
speakers
many
say
jobs
them,
and
which
roles
helps with
without a
speaking
dictionary.
clearly.
So,
Quick practice
just
with
to summarize,
sentences. Let's
thinking in
shadow a
English
few
helps you speak
sentences to
faster,
see these in action.
boosts your
The writer
confidence,
finished her new
improves your
book.
listening skills,
Writer means
and
someone
even
who
makes your
writes.
pronunciation
The singer
better.
performed
And
on
now
stage.
you might be wondering,
Singer means someone who
okay,
sings.
I get
The
why it's
builder
important,
worked hard
but how
all
do I
day.
actually train my brain
Builder
to think in
means
English?
someone who builds.
Don't worry.
Repeat them
We're going to
slowly
break it
after
down
me.
step by
These
step.
simple patterns
But before
open
that,
many doors.
let's talk about some
Suffix.
common mistakes
Ness. The
that stop
suffix
people from
ness
thinking in
changes an
English.
adjective
Now that
into
we
a
understand
noun,
why
meaning
thinking
the
in
state
English
of
is so
being.
important,
Examples.
let's talk about something
Happy,
that holds people
happiness, the state of
Common
being
mistakes
happy.
that stop
Sad,
learners from training
sadness,
their
the
brain
state of
to
being
think
sad.
in English.
Dark,
Yes.
darkness,
Many
the
learners
state
don't
of
even
being dark.
realize they're
Let's
making
put them
these
in
mistakes.
sentences.
But
Her
once you fix
kindness
them,
made
you'll
everyone
notice a
smile.
big
The
improvement
darkness
in your
of the room
fluency.
scared
All right.
him. The
Mistake
sweetness
number
of the
one.
cake
The
surprised
biggest
her.
one, relying
Repeat them
too
with
much on
me.
translation.
Kindness,
If you always
darkness,
translate in your
sweetness.
head before
Your brain
speaking,
now connects
your
the
brain
pattern.
never gets used to
Ness,
thinking in English
state
directly.
of being.
Exactly.
Prefix.
It's like riding a bike with
the
training
prefix
wheels forever.
usually means
You need to
again.
trust your brain to form
Examples.
sentences naturally
Write,
instead of always
rewrite,
looking for
write
the right
again.
translation.
Play,
And
replay,
Julia,
play
another
again.
common
Build,
mistake,
rebuild,
focusing too
build
much on
again.
grammar while
Shadow
thinking.
with me. I need
lot
to
of
rewrite
learners
my
try to make
notes.
every
We
sentence
watch the
perfect in their
replay of the
mind before
match.
speaking.
They will rebuild
But
the
that
house.
actually slows them
simple,
down.
right.
Oh, yes.
Just
Grammar
one
is important,
prefix gives
but
you
if
many
keep
new
stopping
words.
to check every
Prefix,
little rule, you'll
pre,
never speak naturally.
the prefix pre
Native
means
speakers don't think
before,
about grammar rules while
examples,
talking, right?
view, preview,
Exactly.
view
They
before,
just speak.
dict, Predict.
guess what?
Say before
Even
it
native
happens.
speakers make
Pere.
grammar
Prepare,
mistakes
get ready
sometimes.
before.
That's so
Practice
true.
these sentences.
Okay, mistake
We
number
watched the
3, fear of
preview of
making
the movie.
mistakes.
She
Some
predicted
people
the
are so
winner.
afraid of saying
He
something
prepared
wrong
for the
that they
trip.
stop
Again,
themselves from thinking
3
or
words
speaking in
from
English
one
at all.
piece.
Right?
Prefix. Ms.
Making
The
mistakes is
prefix
how we
miss
learn.
usually means
The more you
wrongly or
practice thinking
badly.
in English,
Examples.
the better you'll get.
Understand. Misunderstand.
Don't be afraid to
Understand
sound
wrongly. Place.
Fluency comes
Misplace.
with
Put in the
practice,
wrong place.
not perfection.
Pronounce. Mispronounce. Say
Absolutely.
wrongly.
And another
Say them
mistake
with
that blocks
me.
thinking in English,
Misunderstand.
not
Misplace.
surrounding yourself with English.
Mispronounce.
If
Now
your daily
use them
life
in
is full of your
sentences.
native language,
Don't
your
misunderstand
brain will
me.
naturally
I
default to
misplaced
that
my
language
keys.
instead of
He
English.
mispronounced the
Great
name.
point.
Suffix.
If you only use
Feel
English
and
in a
less.
classroom
The
or for
suffix
studying,
full means
but
full
not
of
in daily
something.
life,
The suffix
your brain
less
won't
means
switch
without
to English
something.
naturally.
Examples.
And that's why
care,
immersion
careful,
is so
full of
important.
care. Hope,
Things like listening to
hopeful,
English
full of
music,
hope.
watching
Beauty,
English videos,
beautiful, full
and
of
reading in
beauty.
English.
Now the opposites
Exactly.
with less,
Okay, let's
careless,
quickly
without
recap.
care,
The
hopeless,
biggest mistakes
without
that stop
hope,
you from thinking
fearless,
in English
without
are,
fear.
1,
Let's
relying
practice
too
with
much on
sentences.
translation.
Be careful with the
2,
glass. He felt
overthinking
hopeless
grammar
after
while
the
forming
exam.
sentences.
She is fearless
3,
when she speaks
fear
in
of
public.
making mistakes.
By learning full
4,
and less,
not surrounding
you
yourself
unlocked
with
many
enough
pairs of
English.
words,
If you're
mini
making any of
story
these
with
mistakes, don't
prefixes
worry.
and
The
suffixes.
good news is
Let's
we're going to
connect
show you
them
how to
in a
fix them.
story.
Yes.
After the
Up
mistake,
next,
she felt
we'll share some
helpless and
powerful
hopeless,
step-by-step
but her
strategies
friend
to help
encouraged
you
her
start
to
thinking in
restart
English
and
naturally.
rebuild her
All right,
confidence.
Julia.
New words.
Now it's time for the most
Helpless,
important part.
hopeless,
How can
restart,
learners actually
rebuild,
train their
helpless,
brain
without
to think
help,
in English?
hopeless,
Yes,
without hope,
we're going to break
restart,
it down into simple,
start again,
powerful steps
rebuild,
that anyone can
build
follow.
again. You
Perfect.
understood all
Let's
4
start with
words
step
from
1.
patterns. No
Name things
dictionary
around
needed.
you in
Repeat the
English.
sentences
I
slowly
love
with
this
me.
one.
She
It's
felt
such an
helpless.
easy
She
habit to
felt
build.
hopeless.
Just
She
look
decided
around
to
you and say the
restart.
names of
She worked
objects
to
in
rebuild
English.
her confidence.
For example,
Another
if you're
short
in your
story.
room,
The
think
careless driver
bed,
misplaced
window,
his wallet.
lamp,
But
phone.
fortunately,
Exactly.
a fearless child
take
found
it
it
further,
and
you
returned
can
it.
describe
New
what's happening.
words. Careless,
Like, instead of just
misplaced,
thinking
fearless,
cup,
careless,
think,
without care,
I am drinking
misplaced,
coffee from
put
my
in the
cup.
wrong place,
Yes.
fearless,
This helps your
without
brain connect
fear.
everyday
Say them
life
with
with
me.
English,
The careless
making it more
driver
natural
misplaced
over
his
time.
wallet.
All
A
right.
fearless
Step
child
2.
found it.
Talk
This
to
shows
yourself
how
in
prefixes and
It might feel
suffixes
strange
turn
at
English
first,
into a puzzle.
but it's one of
When
the
you
best
recognize
ways
the
to start
pieces,
thinking in
you can
English.
solve the mystery
Yes,
quickly.
you can do
Review
this
of part
anywhere,
5.
when you're
In
cooking,
this
getting
part,
dressed, or
you
walking
learned
outside.
prefixes
Just describe
like
what you're doing in simple English,
pre,
like,
miss,
I'm putting on my
give new
shoes.
meanings.
It's a sunny
Suffixes
day.
like
And the great thing
ness,
is,
a
there's
fool.
no pressure.
Less
because you're
change
just
word
talking
forms.
to yourself.
Patterns help you
Exactly.
guess 4,
And if you're worried
5,
about making
or more
mistakes,
new words
don't be.
from just
No
one
one
root.
is listening.
Stories
It's
make
just you training your
prefixes
brain
and
to use English
suffixes easy
naturally.
to understand in
Great.
real life.
Now,
Remember,
step 3,
English is
use
like
an
Lego
English to
blocks.
English
Each
dictionary.
small piece
Oh, this
connects
is a
with
game
others
changer.
to
Many
create
learners
new words.
still use
Once you
dictionaries
see
that
the
translate
patterns,
words into
you
their
don't
native
feel
language.
lost. You
But
feel
switching to an
powerful.
English to
In the
English
next part,
dictionary
we
helps
will
you think in
continue
English
by
instead of
practicing
translating.
context
Right.
in longer
For example,
stories and real
if you don't know the word
conversations.
excited,
You will see
instead
how
of
noticing
translating
small
it to your
clues
native
can
language,
help you guess
look it up in
difficult
an English
words
dictionary
and
where
enjoy
it says,
English more.
"Feeling
So
very
far,
happy
you've
and
practiced
eager."
understanding words
That
with
way, your
context,
brain connects words
emotions,
in English,
synonyms,
not another
opposites,
language.
prefixes,
Exactly.
and
And it improves your
suffixes. In
vocabulary
part
naturally.
6,
All
we will
right.
take these
Next step
skills
4,
into
think in
longer
simple
stories
sentences
and real
first.
conversations.
Yes. Many
Why?
learners try to
Because
think in
stories and
complex sentences
conversations
too
are where
soon,
English
and that
lives.
makes them feel stuck.
That's where you hear
Instead,
natural
start with short,
language,
simple thoughts.
rich with clues,
instead of thinking,
feelings,
"I
and
should go to the
images.
store
When
because
you
I
learn
need
to
to buy some
notice these
vegetables for
clues,
dinner."
you will be able
Just
to
start
understand
with,
words,
"I
even if they
need
look
vegetables."
difficult. Why
Yes,
longer
once you get
stories help?
comfortable, your
When a new
sentences will
word
naturally get
appears
longer
in a
over
long
time.
passage,
All right.
you don't
Let's
just
move
see the
on to
word
step
alone.
5.
You see
Have
the
an English
characters,
inner voice.
the actions, the feelings, and the results. All of these these are clues. If you train yourself to
everyone,
focus on the
and
story,
welcome back
the
to the
meaning of the
English
word
Learning
often
Podcast.
becomes clear
I'm
without
Jason, your
translation.
host, and
Practice
with
with
me
the
today
story.
is my
Listen
amazing
carefully.
co-host,
When the heavy rain
Hey
finally
Jason,
ceased,
hey everyone, we're
the
so
children
excited to
rushed
have you here with us
outside
today.
to splash in
If
the
you're
puddles.
someone who struggles
The
with
new
thinking in
word
English,
is ceased.
then this episode
What
is
happened?
just for you.
The rain
That's
stopped.
right.
And the
Have you
children
ever
went
found yourself
outside.
translating
So
every
ceased
word
means
in your
stopped.
head before
Repeat with
speaking?
me.
slows
Ceased
you
means
down,
stopped.
right?
Now say the full
Exactly.
sentence.
Many
The
English
rain
learners
finally
face this
ceased.
problem.
Picture
They
the
think
scene.
in their native
the
language
rain
first,
ending.
then try to
Children
translate
running
into English,
outside
and by the
happily.
time they're ready to
That
speak,
picture
the
makes the
moment has
word
passed.
unforgettable.
But don't worry.
Another
In
practice
today's
story.
episode,
Although the
we're going to
box
show
looked
you how to
ordinary,
train your brain to
inside
think
it contained a
directly in
precious
English,
gift.
just
The new
like a
word
native
is
speaker.
precious.
And
If
trust
something
me,
inside
once
a
you start
box
thinking
is
in
called
English,
precious,
everything
it
becomes
must be
easier.
very valuable
Speaking,
or
listening,
very
even
important.
writing.
Repeat.
If you've
Precious
ever
means
wondered how to
valuable.
stop
Say the
translating
sentence
and
with
start
me.
thinking in
It
English
contained a
naturally,
precious gift.
stay with us
Imagine
because
opening a
we've
small
got some
box
powerful
and finding
techniques to
something
share.
shining and
Let's
important.
dive in.
That
All right,
image
Julia.
is stronger
Let's
than
start
any
with the big
dictionary
question.
definition.
Why is
Using
thinking in
shadowing with
English so
stories.
important for
Now let's do
learners?
shadowing
Great
practice with
question,
new
Jason.
words.
The truth
Inside
is,
short
if you
stories.
always think in your
Repeat
native
each
language
sentence after
first
me
and then
slowly
translate,
and clearly.
you'll never be able
The
to
puppy
speak
was
fluently.
trembling during the
Exactly.
thunderstorm.
It creates a
Trembling
delay,
means shaking
right?
with fear.
Your
She
brain is
whispered a
working
secret
twice
into
as
her
hard.
friend's ear.
First,
Whispered
it forms
means
a
speaking
sentence
very
in your native
quietly.
language.
The baby
Then
grasped
it
her
tries to
mother's
find the
finger
right
tightly.
English words.
Grasped
And
means
sometimes
held
the translation
tightly.
doesn't even
As you
make
repeat,
sense.
act them out.
Absolutely.
Pretend
Like
to
if someone
tremble.
translates, "I
Whisper
am cold,"
softly.
word for word
Hold your
from another
hand tightly.
language,
When
they
your
might
body
say,
learns the
"I
word,
have
your mind
cold,"
remembers
which
it.
sounds
Visualization
unnatural in
in longer
English.
stories.
Right.
Let's
And
try
that's why thinking in
visualization
English
again.
helps so
After
much.
dinner,
It
she
trains your
decided to
brain
stroll
form
through the
sentences
park.
the way
Maybe
native
stroll
speakers
is
do,
new,
without
but
getting
think,
stuck on
after
translation.
dinner,
And
through
let's
the
talk
park,
about confidence.
people don't usually
When
run
you
after
start
dinner.
thinking in
They
English,
walk
you feel
slowly
more
and
confident
calmly.
because words
So,
come to you
stroll
faster.
means to walk in a
Yes.
slow and
No more
relaxed
pausing
way.
for long seconds
Say
to
it.
translate
Stroll
in your head.
means to walk
You'll
slowly
respond
and
naturally
relaxed.
and smoothly.
Now repeat the
Another
full
big
sentence. She decided to
improves
stroll
your
through the
listening
park.
skills.
Can you feel the
If you
calm
think in
mood?
English,
That
your
feeling
brain
is part of the
processes
meaning,
English
guessing
conversations
through
faster,
emotions.
so
Here's
you
another
understand people
example.
better.
I was
That's
astonished
so
by the
true.
view.
And not just in
Astonished might be new,
conversations.
but the
Even when
person
you're
is looking
watching
at something
movies or listening
amazing.
to music,
Maybe
you
mountains
start
or
recognizing
fireworks.
words
The
instantly
emotion is
instead of
surprise.
translating
So
everything.
astonished means
And
amazed.
Julia,
Very
let's not forget
surprised.
that thinking
Say
in
it.
English also
Astonished
helps
means
with
amazed.
pronunciation.
Repeat
Good
the
point.
sentence.
Because
I
when
was
you think in
astonished by the
English,
view.
you start hearing
Smile
the
as
sounds
you
in your
say
head
it.
the way
Let
native
the emotion
speakers
of
say them,
amazement
which
help
helps
you
with speaking
remember.
clearly.
Practice with
So,
a short
just to
series.
summarize,
Let's practice
thinking
several
in English
sentences
helps you speak
together.
faster,
Imagine them
boosts
clearly.
your
The baby
confidence,
crawled across the
improves your
floor.
listening skills,
Crawled
and
means
even
moved
makes
on
your
hands and
pronunciation
knees.
better.
The boy
And
leapt
now
into the
you might be
swimming
wondering,
pool. Leapt
okay,
means
I
jumped.
get why it's
The
important,
leaves
but how
rustled
do
in
I
the
actually
wind.
train my brain to think
Rustled
in English?
means made a
Don't
soft
worry.
sound while
We're going to
moving.
break it down
Repeat
step
each
by
one and picture
But
it.
before
The
that,
crawling
let's talk
baby,
about some
the boy
common
jumping,
mistakes
the
that
sound
stop
of
people
leaves
from
in the
thinking in
breeze.
English.
These
Now
images
that
will
we
stay with
understand
you.
why thinking in
Prefixes
English is so
and
important,
suffixes in
let's talk
stories.
about something
Now
that
let's
holds
see how
people back.
prefixes and
Common mistakes that
suffixes
stop
also
learners from
appear
training their
naturally in
brains to
stories.
think in
After the
English.
mistake,
Yes.
she felt
Many
hopeless,
learners don't even
but her
realize
friend
they're making these
encouraged her
mistakes.
to restart
But
her
once you fix
project.
them, you'll
You
notice
already
a
know
big
hopeless
improvement in
means
your
without
fluency.
hope.
All right.
Restart means
Mistake
start
number
again.
one.
Say the
The
sentence
biggest
with
one,
me.
relying
She
too
felt
much on
hopeless.
translation.
She decided
If
to
you always
restart.
translate in
Notice
your
how
head before
real
speaking,
stories give
your brain
natural
never gets
practice
used to
with
thinking in
patterns,
English
multiple
correctly.
meanings from
Exactly.
context.
It's like
Some
riding a
words
bike
can
with
mean
training
different
wheels
things
forever.
in different
You
situations.
need to trust your brain
The
to
only
form
way to
sentences
understand
naturally
is
instead
by
of
looking
always
at the
looking for the right
context. For
translation.
example,
And
the word
Julia,
light.
another
The room
common
was
mistake,
filled with
focusing
light.
too much on grammar while
Brightness.
thinking.
She will light the
A
candle
lot of
while
learners
start
try
a
to make
flame.
every sentence
This bag
perfect
is
in their
light,
mind before
not
speaking.
heavy. Not
But that
heavy.
actually slows
Same
them
word.
down.
three
yes.
meanings,
Grammar
but you
is
can guess
important,
each
but if
meaning
you
from
keep
the
stopping to check
situation.
every little
Practice
rule,
with me.
you'll never speak
The room
naturally.
was filled with
Native
light.
speakers don't
She
think
will
about
light the
grammar rules
candle.
while talking,
This
right?
bag is light.
Exactly.
Your
They
brain
just
collects
speak.
the clues
And guess
and
what?
connects the
Even native
meanings.
speakers make grammar
Substitution trick.
mistakes sometimes.
Here's another method.
That's so true.
Substitution.
Okay, mistake
When you
number
meet a
3,
new
fear of
word,
making mistakes.
replace it with a
Some
simple
people are so
word
afraid
you
of saying
already
something
know
wrong that
and
they
see
stop
if it
themselves
fits.
from thinking
Example,
or speaking in
the
English at
mountain was
all.
colossal.
Right?
Replace colossal with
mistakes
big.
is how we
Does it
learn.
fit? Yes.
The more you
So
practice
colossal
thinking in
means very
English,
big.
the
She
better
whispered
you'll get.
something.
Don't be
Replace.
afraid to
Whispered
sound
we spoke
imperfect.
quietly. Does it
Fluency
fit?
comes with
Yes.
practice,
Try
not
these. The
perfection.
dessert was scrumptious.
Absolutely. And another
Replace with
mistake that
delicious.
blocks thinking
He
in
was
English?
furious about the mistake.
Not surrounding yourself
Replace
with
with
English.
very angry.
If your
The
daily life
students
is full
were
of your native
silent.
language,
Replace
your
with
brain will
quiet.
naturally default
See how
to that
quick and
language
effective
instead of English.
substitution
Great
is.
point.
Review of
If
part
you only
6.
use English
In
in
this
a
part,
classroom
you
or for
practiced
studying,
understanding
but not in
new
daily
words
life,
in longer
your brain
stories,
won't switch
using
to English
shadowing with action
naturally.
verbs,
And that's why
visualizing
immersion
and
is so
acting to
important.
strengthen memory,
Things like
guessing
listening to
words
English
through
music,
emotions
watching
like
English
astonished
videos,
or
and
thrilled,
reading in English.
noticing how one
Exactly.
word can have many
Okay,
meanings
let's
depending
quickly
on
recap.
context,
The
using
biggest mistakes that
substitution to
stop you
find
from
simple
thinking in
meanings
English
quickly.
are,
The key
1,
lesson
relying
is
too
this:
much on
trust the
translation.
story. Trust
2,
the situation
overthinking
and
grammar
trust your
while
brain.
forming sentences.
You are smarter than you
3,
think. And every
fear
time
of
you
making
practice,
mistakes.
you get stronger.
4,
In the next
not
part,
surrounding
we will
yourself
focus
with
on
enough
using your
English.
own life
If you're making any of these
experiences to make
mistakes, don't worry.
vocabulary
The good
personal.
news is
You'll
we're going to
see
show
how
you how to fix
connecting new
them.
words
Yes.
to your daily
Up
life
next, we'll
makes
share
learning
some powerful
faster and much
step-by-step
more
strategies
enjoyable. In
to help
part
you start
6,
thinking in
you
English
practiced learning
naturally.
words from longer
All right,
stories,
Julia. Now it's
emotions,
time
and
for the most
substitution.
important part.
Now, in
How
part
can
7,
learners
we will
actually
go
train their
even
brain
deeper.
to
You are
think
going to
in English?
discover how to
Yes,
make every
we're going
new
to break
word
it down into
personal,
simple,
connected
powerful
to your
steps
own
that
life.
anyone can
Why?
follow.
Because when a
Perfect.
word belongs to your
Let's start with
life,
step
your
1.
memory becomes
Name
stronger.
things around
Why
you in
personal
English.
connection matters.
I love this
Think
one.
about the
It's
words
such
you
an
remember
easy
best
habit to
in your
build.
own
Just
language.
look around
Many
you
of
and
them
say
are
the names
connected
of
to your
objects in
childhood,
English.
your
For
family,
example,
your
if you're
daily
in your
routine.
room, think
The same is
bed,
true in English.
window,
If you
lamp,
connect a new
phone.
word to your own
Exactly.
experiences,
And to take
it
it
stops
further,
being just
you can describe
vocabulary.
what's
It
happening.
becomes part
Like,
of your
instead of
story.
just
Example
thinking,
with
cup,
stroll.
you can
Earlier,
think,
you learned the
I am
word
drinking
stroll
coffee
to walk
from my
slowly
cup.
in a relaxed
Yes.
way.
This
Now
helps
let's
your
make
brain
it
connect
personal.
everyday
Think
life
about
with English,
yesterday.
making
Did you
it more
stroll
natural
anywhere?
over time.
Maybe you walked
All right.
slowly to the
Step
shop.
2.
Maybe you strolled
Talk
in
to
your
yourself
garden.
in
Maybe you
English.
strolled with a
It
friend
might
after
feel
dinner.
strange at
Say it
first,
out loud.
but it's one of the
Yesterday,
best
I
ways
strolled
to
to the
start
shop.
thinking in English.
Yesterday, I strolled in the
Yes,
park.
you can do this
Yesterday,
anywhere.
I
When you're
strolled with my
cooking, getting
dog.
dressed,
Do
or
you
walking
see?
outside.
When you use the
Just
word in
describe
your
what
own
you're doing
memory,
in simple
it
English,
sticks.
like,
Try
I'm
it with
putting on my
thrilled.
shoes.
The word
It's a sunny
thrilled
day.
means very
And the great thing
excited.
is,
Now think,
there's no pressure,
when was the last
because
time
you're
you
just
felt
talking to
thrilled?
yourself.
Maybe when you passed an
Exactly.
exam.
And if you're worried
Maybe when
about
you
making
received a
mistakes,
gift.
don't
Maybe
be.
when you met a
No one is
friend
listening.
after a
It's
long
just
time.
you training your
Say
brain
it.
to use
I was
English
thrilled when I
naturally.
passed my
Great.
exam.
Now,
I was
step
thrilled when I
3.
got the job.
Use an English
I
to
was
English
thrilled when I met
dictionary.
my friend.
Oh, this is
Now,
a
the
game
word is
changer.
not just a
Many
dictionary
learners still use
definition.
dictionaries
It is
that
your
translate
memory.
words into
Another
their native
example.
language. But
Devastated.
switching to an English to
Devastated
English
means
dictionary
extremely
helps you
sad.
think in
Think about a
English
time
instead
you
of
felt this
translating.
way.
Right.
Maybe when your
For
team
example,
lost.
if
Maybe
you
when you
don't know
missed
the
an
word
opportunity.
excited,
Say
instead
it.
of
I was
translating it to your
devastated when my
native
team
language,
lost.
look
I
it
was
up in an
devastated
English
when my
dictionary
phone
where
broke.
it says,
I was devastated
"Feeling
when I
very
couldn't
happy
travel.
and
By
eager."
connecting it to real
That way,
feelings,
your
you will
brain
never forget
connects
the
words
word.
in English,
Shadowing with
not
personal
another language.
context. Now let's
Exactly.
combine
And it improves
shadowing
your
and
vocabulary
personal
naturally.
memory.
All right.
Repeat these
Next step
sentences
4,
after
think
me
in simple
and connect
sentences
them
first.
to your life.
Yes.
The baby
Many
grasped her
learners try to
mother's
think in
finger
complex
tightly.
sentences too
Imagine
soon,
holding
and that
someone's
makes them feel
hand
stuck.
tightly.
Instead,
She
start
whispered whispered a
with short,
secret into
simple
her
thoughts.
friend's ear.
Like instead of
Imagine
thinking,
whispering to
"I
your
should go
own
to the
friend.
store
The
because I
puppy
need
was
to buy some
trembling during the
vegetables for dinner."
thunderstorm.
Just start
Imagine
with,
yourself
"I
or your
need
pet
vegetables."
trembling in fear.
Yes.
Each
Once you
time,
get comfortable, your
connect the
sentences will
sentence to your
naturally
own
get
life.
longer over time.
Daily practice
right.
activity.
Let's move
Here's
on
a
to step
powerful
5.
daily
Have an
activity you
English
can
inner
try
voice.
tonight.
Oh.
When you read something in English, Choose one new word. Don't translate it.
Hello,
Instead,
everyone,
write a
welcome
simple
back to the
sentence
English
using your
Learning
own life.
Podcast.
For example,
I'm Jason,
if the new
your
word is
host,
curious,
and with me
you could
today
write,
is
I
my
was
amazing
curious about the
co-host,
new phone.
Julia.
If the new
Hey Jason,
word is
hey everyone,
energetic,
we're so excited
you
to have
could
you here
write,
with us
I
today.
felt
If you're
energetic in the
someone who
morning
struggles
after
with thinking in
coffee.
English,
If the
then
new
this
word is
episode is just for
reluctant,
you.
could
That's
write,
right.
I was
Have you
reluctant to
ever
wake
found
up
yourself
early
translating
today.
every
By
word
making
in
the
your head
word
before
personal,
speaking?
you make it
It slows you
unforgettable.
down, right?
Visualization with your own
Exactly.
memories.
Many English learners
Visualization
face this
becomes even
problem. They
stronger
think in
when
their
you
native
connect it
language
with your
first,
life.
then try
For
to translate
example,
into
the
English,
word
and by the time
wander.
they're ready to
The
speak,
man
the
wandered
moment
through the
has passed.
forest.
But
Now
don't worry.
picture yourself
In today's
wandering in your own
episode,
street,
we're going to
at
show
the
you how to
beach,
train your
or in
brain
a
to
shopping
think
mall.
directly in
Say it.
English,
Yesterday,
just like
I
a
wandered
native
through the
speaker.
park.
And
Another
trust me,
example.
once you start
The
thinking
word
in English,
scampered.
everything
The
becomes
kids scampered to
easier.
the playground.
Speaking, listening,
Now
even
imagine
writing.
children.
So,
You know,
if you've
maybe
ever
your little
wondered how to
brother,
stop
sister,
translating and
or
start thinking
neighbor
in English
scampering quickly to play.
stay with
Say
us
it.
because
The children
we've got
scampered
some
into the
powerful
yard.
techniques to
Personal
share.
pictures are the
Let's
best
dive in.
teachers.
All right,
Real
Julia,
conversation
let's start with the
practice.
big question.
Let's use new
Why
words
is
in
thinking
simple
in English so
dialogues.
important for
Imagine
learners?
speaking with a
Great
friend.
question, Jason.
How
The
was your
truth
day?
is, if you always think
I
in
was
your native
exhausted
language
after
first
work,
and then
but then I
translate,
felt
you'll
thrilled when
never
I
be
got
able to
good
speak
news.
fluently.
Another one.
Exactly.
Did
It
you enjoy
creates
the
a
movie?
delay, right?
Yes,
Your
it
brain
was
is working
hilarious.
twice as
I was
hard.
giggling the whole
First,
time.
it forms
One
a
more.
sentence in your native language.
Why didn't you
Then
join the
it
game?
tries to find the right
I
English
was
words.
reluctant.
And
I felt
sometimes the
nervous.
translation doesn't
Notice
even
how the
make
new
sense.
words fit
Oh,
naturally
absolutely.
into daily
Like if someone
conversations.
translates I am
That's how you will
cold word
use
for
them in
word
real
from another
life.
language.
Mini
They
story
might say,
practice.
I
Now
have
let's practice
cold,
with a
which
longer
sounds
story
unnatural
and make
in
it
English.
personal.
Right.
Sarah
And
walked into
that's
the
why
empty
thinking in
classroom.
English helps
The
so
chairs
much.
were
It
scattered,
trains your
and
brain to
papers were
form
strewn
sentences
across
the
the
way
floor.
native
She
speakers do,
sighed,
without
realizing
getting stuck on
she had a lot of
translation.
cleaning
And
to
let's
do.
talk about
New word.
confidence. When you
Strewn.
start
From the
thinking in English,
context,
you
it
feel more
means
confident
spread out
because
or
words
thrown
come to you
around.
faster.
Now, make it
Yes.
personal.
No more pausing
Think of
for
a
long
time your
seconds
room
to
was
translate
messy.
in your head.
Say,
You'll
my
respond
clothes were
naturally
strewn
and
across the
smoothly.
bed.
Another
Books
big
were strewn
reason?
on my
It
desk. See how
improves
you
your
take the
listening
word
skills.
and make it
If you
yours.
think in
Another
English,
personal
your
story.
brain
After
processes
hours of
English
hiking,
conversations
they
faster,
finally reached the
so you
summit of the
understand people
mountain.
better.
The view was
That's so
breathtaking.
true. And
New
not
words.
just in
Summit the
conversations.
top.
Even when you're watching
Breathtaking,
movies
amazing.
or listening to
So
music,
beautiful.
you
It
start
takes your breath.
recognizing words
Now connect
instantly
them to your
instead of
life.
translating
Even if you've
everything.
never climbed a
And
mountain,
Julia,
you can
let's not
imagine
forget that
the
thinking
view
in
from the
English
tall
also
building
helps with
was
pronunciation.
breathtaking. I
Good
finally
point,
reached the
because
summit
when
of
you
the
think in
hill near
English,
my
you
house.
start hearing
When
the
you
sounds
adapt
in
the
your
story
head the
to
way
your
native
life,
speakers say
you
them,
own the
which
word.
helps with speaking
Review of
clearly.
part 7.
So,
In this
just to
part,
summarize,
you learned how
thinking in
to
English
make
helps you
words
speak
personal
faster,
by connecting them
boosts
to your
your confidence,
memories. Use
improves your
shadowing with
listening
personal
skills,
imagination.
and even
Write
makes your
daily
pronunciation
sentences
better.
about your own
And now
life.
you might be
Practice
wondering,
real conversations
okay,
with new
I
words.
get why it's important,
Adapt
but how do I actually
stories
train
so
my
that the
brain
new
to think in
vocabulary
English?
belongs
Don't
to
worry.
you. The
We're going
secret
to
here
break
is
it down
this.
step
If the
by
word
step.
belongs to your
But
life,
before that,
your brain
let's
will
talk
keep it
about some
forever.
common
In the
mistakes
next
that
part,
stop
we will
people from thinking
continue
in
by
English.
practicing
Now that
longer
we understand
passages
why
with
thinking in
multiple
English is so
clues,
important,
and you will learn
let's
how to
talk about
act like a
something that holds people
detective
back.
when facing
Common
unfamiliar
mistakes that stop
words.
learners
In
from
part
training their
7,
brain
you
to
learned how to
think
make
in English.
vocabulary personal
Yes,
by
many
connecting
learners don't
words
even
to your
realize
life.
they're making
Now,
these mistakes.
in part 8,
But once you fix
we
them,
will go
you'll
one
notice
step
a big
further.
improvement
You
in
will
your
practice
fluency.
reading
All
and
right.
listening like a
Mistake number
detective.
1.
Every new
The
word
biggest one,
gives you
relying
small
too much
clues,
on
and your
translation.
job is to collect
If you
those
always
clues
translate in
until
your
the
head
meaning
before
becomes
speaking,
clear.
your
Why
brain
be a
never gets
detective
used
with
to thinking
words?
in
When
English
detectives
directly.
solve mysteries,
Exactly.
they
It's
don't
like
need
riding a
every
bike with
detail at
training wheels
once.
forever.
They gather
You
small
need to trust your
hints,
brain to form
compare
sentences
them,
naturally
and slowly
instead of
build the
always looking for
answer.
the right
You can do the
translation.
time with English.
Julia,
Instead of
another
running to a
common mistake,
dictionary,
focusing too
look
much
for
on grammar
clues.
while
Is there a
thinking.
synonym in the
A lot of learners
sentence?
try
Is
to
there
make
an
every sentence
antonym?
perfect
What
in their
emotion
mind
or
before
action is
speaking.
happening? Are
But
there
that actually
examples that
slows them
explain
down.
it? Is
Oh,
there a
yes.
prefix or
Grammar is
suffix?
important, but if
When
you
you
keep
use
stopping
these
to check
detective
every little
skills,
rule,
you
you'll never
start to
speak
enjoy
naturally.
English more
Native
because you
speakers
feel
don't think about
independent.
grammar rules while
Example
talking, right?
passage. Let's
Exactly.
try. The little boy was timid, hiding behind his mother when strangers spoke to him. The new word
That's so
is
true.
timid. What
Okay,
clues
mistake
do you
number 3,
see?
fear of
He
making
hides
mistakes.
behind his mother.
Some people are
He
so
is
afraid
shy
of
with
saying something
strangers.
wrong that
That
they stop
means
themselves
timid,
from thinking
shy.
or speaking in
Say
English
it.
at all.
Timid means shy. Now repeat the full sentence. The boy was timid. By collecting the clues, you solved the mystery. Another passage, she adored her grandmother and spent every weekend visiting her. The new word is adored.
Absolutely.
What's
And
the
another
clue?
mistake that
She
blocks
spends
thinking in
time every
English?
weekend.
Not
She loves
surrounding
her
yourself with
grandmother.
English.
So
If your daily
adored
life is full of
means
your
love
native
deeply.
language, your
Say
brain will
it.
naturally
Adored
default to that
means love
language
deeply.
instead of English.
Repeat.
Great
She
point.
adored her grandmother.
only use
Notice
English
how
in
you
a
didn't need
classroom or for
translation,
studying,
just
but not in daily
observation.
life.
Detecting with
Your brain
antonyms.
won't switch
Now
to
let's see
English
an antonym
naturally.
clue.
And that's
Unlike
why
his diligent
immersion is
sister,
so important.
Mark was lazy
Things like
and
listening
never
to
finished
English music,
homework.
watching
The
English
new word is
videos,
diligent.
and reading in
What's the
English.
clue?
Exactly.
The opposite is lazy.
Okay,
So
let's quickly
diligent
recap.
means
The
hardworking.
biggest mistakes
Say
that
it.
stop you from
Diligent
thinking
means
in
hardworking.
English
Repeat
one,
the
relying too
sentence.
much on
His
translation.
diligent sister always finished homework.
Overthinking
You just
grammar
solved
while
it like a
forming
detective.
sentences.
Detecting
3,
with synonyms.
fear of
The weather
making
was
mistakes.
chilly, almost
4,
cold. As they
not
walked
surrounding
outside,
yourself with
the new
enough
word is
English.
chilly.
If you're
The
making any
clue
of these
is almost
mistakes,
cold.
don't worry.
So
The
chilly
good news
means a
is
little
we're
cold.
going to show you how to fix
Say
them.
it.
Yes.
Chilly means a
Up
little
next,
cold.
we'll share some
Repeat.
powerful
The weather was chilly.
step-by-step
By
strategies
noticing
to help you
synonyms,
start
you
thinking in
unlock
English
meaning quickly.
naturally.
Longer
All right,
passage
Julia.
with multiple
Now it's time
clues.
for the most
Let's try a
important
longer
part.
one. The
How
village
can
was
learners
remote,
actually
far
train
from
their
the city,
brain to
surrounded
think
by
in English?
mountains,
Yes,
and difficult
we're going
to
to break
reach.
it down into
The new
simple,
word
powerful
is
steps
remote.
that anyone can
Clues.
follow.
Far from the city,
Perfect.
surrounded
Let's
by
start with step
mountains,
1.
difficult to
Name
reach.
things
All
around
3
you in
clues
English.
point to the same
I
idea.
love this one.
Remote
It's
means
such an
far
easy
away
habit
and
to build.
isolated.
Just look
Say
around
it.
you and
Remote
say the
means
names of
far
objects
away
in
and
English.
difficult to
For
reach.
example,
Now
if you're in
repeat
your
the
room,
sentence.
think
The village
bed,
was remote.
window,
When you
lamp,
find 3
phone.
clues, the
Exactly.
meaning becomes
And
crystal
to take
clear.
it further,
Detective
you can
story
describe what's
practice.
happening.
Let's do a mini
Like,
story.
instead of just
Lisa
thinking,
hesitated before
"Cup,"
entering the
you can
dark.
think,
Deserted
"I am
house.
drinking
The
coffee
silence
from
made her
my cup."
nervous, and the
Yes,
eerie
this
shadows
helps your
gave her
brain connect
goosebumps.
everyday
New
life with
words.
English, making it
Hesitated.
more natural
Deserted.
over time.
Eerie.
All right.
Goosebumps.
Step 2.
Clues.
Talk to
Hesitated.
yourself
She
in
stopped
English.
before entering.
It might
So it
feel
means
strange at
paused
first,
before acting.
but it's one of the
Deserted.
best ways to
The
start
house is
thinking in
empty.
English.
Eerie.
Yes,
The
you can
silence
do
and
this
shadows
anywhere.
make her
When you're
nervous.
cooking, getting
So it
dressed,
means
or walking
strange and
outside.
scary.
Just describe
Goosebumps.
what you're
The
doing in
reaction
simple
on
English,
skin
like,
when you feel
I'm putting
cold
on my
or
shoes.
scared.
It's
Say
a
them
sunny
with
day.
me.
And the great thing
Hesitated
is,
means
there's
paused.
no pressure,
Deserted means
because you're
empty.
just talking
Eerie
to
means
yourself.
strange and
Exactly.
scary.
And if you're worried
Goosebumps
about
are
making
little bumps
mistakes,
on your
don't
skin
be.
when you
No
are
one is
cold
listening.
or
It's
afraid.
just you
Now
training your
repeat the
brain to
full
use
story
English
slowly.
naturally.
Picture it in
Great.
your mind.
Now,
You are the
step 3.
detective,
Use
and you
an
solved
English to
4
English
mysteries
dictionary.
in one
Oh,
passage.
this is a game
Another
changer.
mini story.
Many
They
learners
trudged
still
through the
use
snow,
dictionaries that translate words
exhausted
into
but
their native
determined to reach the
language.
cabin
But
before
switching to
nightfall.
an English to
New
English
words.
dictionary helps you
Trudged.
think in English
Determined.
instead of
Clues.
translating.
Trudged. Walking
example,
slowly,
if you don't know
heavily,
the word
because of
excited,
snow,
instead of
determined,
translating it to
even
your
though they
native
were
language,
tired, they kept
look it up in
going.
an English
So it
dictionary
means
where it
having
says,
strong will
feeling
say
very
them.
happy
Trudged
and
means
eager.
walked slowly and
That way,
heavily.
your brain
Determined
connects
means
words in
strong-willed,
English,
not
not
giving up.
another language.
Repeat.
Exactly.
They trudged through
and
the
it
snow,
improves your vocabulary
determined to reach the
naturally.
cabin.
All right.
The
Next, step
picture,
4,
the
think in
feelings,
simple
the
sentences
actions
first.
all give meaning.
Yes. Many
Substitution
learners try to
detective
think in
trick.
complex
Here's
sentences
another
too
way
soon,
detectives
and
work.
that makes them feel stuck.
Substitution.
Instead, start with
Replace
short,
the new
simple
word
thoughts.
with a simple
Like,
word
instead of
you
thinking,
already know.
I should go to the
Example,
store
the
because I
fireworks
need to
were
buy some
spectacular.
vegetables for dinner.
Substitute
Just start
spectacular
with, I
amazing.
need
Does it fit?
vegetables.
Yes.
Yes.
So it
Once
means
you get
amazing.
comfortable, your
Another
sentences will
one.
naturally
The
get longer
teacher was
over time.
strict.
All right.
Substitute
Let's
strict
move on to
with
step
serious
5.
and firm.
Have an
Fits
English
well.
inner voice.
One more.
Oh.
The soup was bland. Substitute bland with no strong taste. fits well. Substitution confirms your guess. Daily detective training. You can train like a detective every day. Here's how. Read a short English
Hey
text
Jason, hey
or
everyone,
listen to a
we're
podcast.
so excited to have you here
Circle
with us
or
today.
note one new
If
word.
you're someone who
Look at the
struggles with
sentence
thinking in English,
and collect clues.
then this episode is
Guess
just
the
for
meaning.
you.
That's
Only
right.
then.
Have you
Check
ever
the
found
dictionary
yourself
to
translating
confirm.
every word
This
in your head
way,
before
you
speaking?
train your brain to
It
work
slows you down,
actively,
right?
not passively.
Exactly.
Over time,
Many
you will
English
guess
learners face
correctly
this problem.
more often.
They think in their
Review
native
of
language
part
first,
8.
then
In
try to
this
translate
part,
into
you
English.
practiced
And
how
by the
to
time they're
act
ready
like
to
a
speak, the
detective
moment
with
has
new
passed.
words.
But don't
Use
worry.
synonyms,
In today's
antonyms,
episode,
and
we're going to
examples
show
as
you how to
clues.
train your
Understand
brain to think
longer
directly in
passages with
English,
multiple
just
hints.
like a native
Practice mini
speaker.
stories
And trust me,
picture the
once you start
scene.
thinking in English,
Confirm
everything
guesses
becomes
using
easier.
substitution.
Speaking,
Build
listening,
confidence
even
by
writing.
training daily.
So,
The
if
big
you've ever
idea,
wondered how to
every
stop
sentence is
translating
full of
and start
clues.
thinking in
If you
English
learn to see
naturally,
them,
stay with
English
us
words
because
stop being
we've got some
mysteries.
powerful
In the next
techniques to
part,
share.
we will
Let's dive
continue
in.
by
All
learning
right,
how to
Julia.
use listening
Let's start
and
with the big
shadowing
question.
with real
Why is
conversations
thinking in
to
English
train
so
both your
important for
ears
learners?
and your speaking
Great question,
fluency.
Jason.
In part
The truth
8,
is,
you
if you
became a
always think in your
detective
native
using
language first
context
and then
clues
translate,
to unlock
you'll never be
meanings in
able to
longer
speak fluently.
passages. Now, in part
Exactly.
9,
It
we will
creates a
shift our
delay,
attention
right?
to listening
Your
and
brain
speaking
is working
practice.
twice as
You will
hard.
learn how to use
First,
shadowing
it
with
forms
real
a sentence in your
conversations
native
to
language.
train your
Then
ears
it
and
tries
your
to
mouth
find the right
together.
English
Why
words.
listening and
And
shadowing are
sometimes the translation
important.
doesn't even
Many
make
learners
sense.
can
Oh,
read English
absolutely.
but struggle when
Like if someone
listening.
translates I
Why?
am cold
Because
word
real
for word from
conversations
another
are
language.
fast.
They
With
might
connected
say, I
sounds,
have
the
cold,
solution is
which
shadowing.
sounds
Shadowing
unnatural in
means
English.
listening to a
Right.
sentence
And that's why
repeating it
thinking in English
immediately,
helps so
almost at the
much.
same time.
It trains your
It
brain
feels
to
like
form
you are
sentences
shadowing
the
the
way native
speaker.
speakers
This
do,
practice
without
has
getting
two big
stuck on
benefits.
translation.
Your
And let's
listening
talk about
improves
confidence.
because you notice
When
how
you start
words
thinking
sound
in
in real
English,
life.
you feel more
Your speaking
confident
improves
words
because
come
your
to you
mouth
faster.
copies the natural
Yes.
rhythm.
No more
Example,
pausing
with
for
a
long
simple
seconds to
conversation.
translate in your
Let's
head.
practice.
You'll respond naturally and
Hey,
smoothly.
how are you
Another
doing
big reason?
today? B.
It
I'm
improves
doing
your
great.
listening skills.
Thanks.
If
How
you think
about
in
you?
English,
Now
your
shadow
brain
it.
processes
Play both
English
roles.
conversations
Speak as
faster,
A,
so
then
you
immediately
understand
as
people
B.
better.
Imagine
That's so
you are really
true.
in the
And not just
conversation,
in
adding new
conversations.
words
Even
into
when you're watching
conversation.
movies or
Let's
listening
add
to music,
vocabulary.
you start recognizing
You
words
look
instantly
exhausted.
instead
Did you
of
sleep
translating
late?
everything.
B.
And
Yes,
Julia,
I stayed up
let's not
studying.
forget that
I'm
thinking in English
exhausted,
also
but also
helps with
determined to finish my
pronunciation.
work.
Good point.
Here,
Because when you think in
exhausted
English,
means very
you start
tired,
hearing the
and
sounds in
determined
your head the
means
way native speakers
strong-willed.
say them,
By
which
shadowing
helps
the
with speaking
dialogue,
clearly.
you practice
So,
both
just to
meaning and
summarize,
pronunciation.
thinking in
Another
English helps you
conversation
speak faster,
practice. A.
boosts your
That movie was
confidence,
hilarious.
improves your
I couldn't
listening
stop
skills,
laughing.
and
B.
even makes
I
your
agree.
pronunciation
The jokes
better.
were so
And
funny.
now
I
you
was
might be
giggling the
wondering,
whole time.
okay,
New words.
I get why it's important,
hilarious.
but how do I actually
Giggling.
train my brain
Shadow
to
it
think in
several
English?
times.
Don't
Feel the
worry.
rhythm
We're
of
going to
real
break it down
English.
step by
You are
step.
not only learning
But before
words,
that,
you are
let's
learning
talk
how
about some
words
common
live in
mistakes that stop
conversation.
people from
Listening for
thinking in
tone
English.
and
Now
emotion.
that we understand
Listening
why
is not
thinking
just
in
about
English is so
words.
important,
It is
let's
about
talk
tone.
about something that holds people
Example.
back.
I
Common
can't
mistakes
believe
that
it.
stop
I'm
learners
thrilled
from
we won the
training their
game.
brain
Even if
to
you
think
didn't
in
know.
English.
Thrilled.
Yes.
The happy,
Many learners don't even
excited tone
realize
helps
they're
you
making
guess.
these mistakes.
Another one.
But once
B.
you fix them,
I was
you'll notice
devastated
a
when I
big
failed the
improvement in your
exam.
fluency.
The sad
All right.
tone shows you
Mistake
the
number
meaning.
one.
So when
The
you
biggest
listen,
one, relying
pay
too
attention
much
to
on
emotion,
translation.
not only
If you always
vocabulary,
translate in
shadowing
your
with
head before
emotions.
speaking,
Now let's
your brain
practice
never
shadowing
gets
with
used to thinking
feelings.
in English
Repeat after
directly.
me
Exactly.
with the same
It's
emotion.
like riding a bike
I'm
with
thrilled
training
to
wheels
see
forever.
you. Say it with
You
excitement.
need to trust your brain
I
to
was
form
devastated
sentences
after the
naturally
loss.
instead of
Say
always
it with
looking for the
sadness.
right
She was
translation.
nervous before
And
the
Julia,
exam.
another
Say it
common
with worry.
mistake,
He was
focusing too much on
overjoyed when he
grammar
got
while
the job.
thinking.
Say it with
A lot of
happiness.
learners try to
When
make
your
every
voice
sentence
carries the
perfect in their
emotion,
mind
the
before
words
speaking.
become part of you.
that actually
Using
slows
daily
them
listening
down.
materials,
Oh, yes.
you can
Grammar
practice
is
shadowing
important,
with
but if
anything.
you keep stopping to
YouTube
check every little
videos,
rule,
podcasts,
you'll never speak
movies,
naturally.
or TV
Native
shows,
speakers don't
even
think about grammar
songs.
rules
If
while
you
talking,
focus on
right?
clear lyrics,
Exactly.
the
They
key is
just
to choose
speak.
something not
And
too
guess what?
difficult.
Even
Listen,
native speakers make
pause,
grammar mistakes
repeat,
sometimes.
shadow.
That's so
Over
true.
time,
Okay,
your
mistake
brain will
number 3,
recognize
fear of
words
making
faster.
mistakes.
Mini
Some people are so
dialogue with
afraid of saying
multiple
something
clues.
wrong that they
Let's
stop
try one
themselves from
together.
thinking or speaking in
Did you
English
hear
at
about the
all.
remote
Right?
village in the mountains?
But making mistakes
B.
is how we
Yes,
learn.
I heard it's
The more you
isolated
practice
and
thinking in
difficult to
English,
reach,
the
but the
better
view
you'll
is
get.
breathtaking.
Don't
New
be afraid to
words.
sound
Remote,
imperfect.
isolated,
Fluency comes with
breathtaking,
practice,
remote,
not perfection.
far away,
Absolutely.
isolated,
And another
alone,
mistake that
far
blocks
from
thinking in
others,
English?
breathtaking,
Not surrounding yourself with English.
amazing,
If your
very
daily
beautiful.
life is full of your
Now
native
shadow the
language,
dialogue.
your brain will
Speak
naturally
both
default to
parts.
that language
Picture the
instead of
mountains.
English.
Feel the
Great
meaning.
point.
Another
If you only
dialogue
use
practice.
English in a classroom or
Why
for
didn't you
studying,
join the
but not in daily
presentation?
life,
B. I
your brain won't
hesitated.
switch
I
to
was
English
nervous.
naturally.
And I wasn't
And that's why
prepared.
immersion
New
is
words.
so important.
Hesitated.
Things like
nervous.
listening to English music,
Prepared.
watching
You know
English
them from
videos,
context.
and reading in
now
English.
shadow the
Exactly.
conversation until it feels
Okay,
natural.
let's quickly
Active
recap.
listening
The
tip.
biggest
When you
mistakes that
listen,
stop you from
don't try to
thinking in
catch every
English
word.
are,
Focus
1,
on the key
relying too much
ideas,
on
the
translation.
emotion, and the
2,
repeated phrases.
overthinking
If you miss a
grammar while
word,
forming
ask
sentences.
yourself, is it
3,
positive or
fear
negative?
of making
Is it about
mistakes.
action,
4,
feeling,
not
or
surrounding
description?
yourself with
Can
enough
I guess
English.
from the
If
situation?
you're making any of
This
these mistakes,
detective
don't
skill
worry.
works
The good
in
news
listening.
is we're going to show
Just
you how
like
to
in
fix
reading.
them.
Yes.
Create your own
Up next,
shadowing
we'll share
practice.
some
Here's a
powerful
daily
step-by-step
exercise.
strategies
Choose a short
to help
English
you start
video,
thinking in
1 to 2
English
minutes.
naturally.
Listen once
All right,
without
Julia.
stopping.
Now
Listen
it's
again
time for the
and
most
shadow
important part.
sentence by sentence.
How can learners
Write down
actually
1
train
new
their
word you
brains
hear.
to think
Make a
in
personal
English?
sentence
Yes,
with that word.
we're going to break
This
it down into
combines
simple,
listening,
powerful steps
speaking,
that anyone can
writing,
follow.
and
Perfect.
personal connection,
Let's start
all
with
in one
step 1.
practice. Review
Name
of
things
part
around
9.
you in
In this
English.
part,
Oh,
you
I
learned
love
how
this one.
to
It's
use
such an
shadowing to
easy
improve
habit to
listening
build.
and
Just
speaking
look
at
around
the
you
same
and say the
time.
names of
Add new
objects in
words into
English.
dialogues
For
for
example,
practice.
if you're in your
Listen for
room,
tone
think
and emotion
bed,
to guess
window,
meanings.
lamp,
Shadow
phone.
conversations
Exactly.
with feelings for
And to
deeper
take it
memory.
further,
Train
you
with
can
daily
describe what's
materials
happening.
like
Like,
podcasts
instead of
and
just
videos.
thinking,
Create
cup,
your own
you can
shadowing
think,
practice every
I am
day.
drinking
The
coffee
lesson is
from
simple.
my cup.
Don't just read
Yes.
English.
This
Listen,
helps your brain connect
speak,
everyday
and
life
live
with
it.
English,
The more you
making it
shadow,
more
the
natural
more
over
natural
time.
English
All
will
right.
feel.
Step
In the
2.
next and final
Talk to
part,
yourself
part
in
10,
English.
we will bring
It might
everything
feel
together.
strange at first,
You will review the
but it's
main
one of the best
strategies
ways to
and
start
see how to
thinking in
make
English.
English learning a
Yes,
daily
you can do
habit
this
that
anywhere.
leads to
When you're
fluency.
cooking, getting dressed, or
Congratulations,
walking outside.
you have reached the
Just
final
describe what
part
you're
of
doing
this
in simple
journey.
English,
In
like,
parts 1
I'm
through
putting
9,
on my shoes.
you practiced
It's a
many
sunny
different
day.
ways to
And the great thing
understand
is,
and remember
there's no
English
pressure,
words
because you're
without
just
using a
talking to
dictionary.
yourself.
Now, in
Exactly.
part 10,
And if you're
we
worried
will
about
bring
making
everything
mistakes,
together.
don't
You will
be.
review the
No
key
one is
strategies
listening. It's
and
just
learn
you
how to
training your
turn them
brain to
into
use
daily
English
habits.
naturally.
Quick review
Great.
of the journey.
Now,
Part
step
1.
3.
You
Use
learn
an
to use
English to English
context to
dictionary.
guess meanings.
Oh, this is a
Part
game
2.
changer.
You
Many
discovered how
learners still
stories
use
and
dictionaries
emotions
that
make
translate
words
words into their
unforgettable.
native language.
Part 3.
But switching
You
to an
practiced
English to
patterns,
English dictionary helps you
prefixes,
think in
and
English
suffixes
instead
to
of
unlock
translating.
word families. Part
For example,
4. You
if you don't
used
know the word
synonyms and
excited
opposites to
instead of
expand your
translating it to your
vocabulary.
native
Part
language,
5.
look it up
You
in an
studied
English dictionary
prefixes
where it
and
says,
suffixes
"Feeling
more
very
deeply with
happy and
examples.
eager."
Part 6.
That way,
You
your
explored
brain
longer
connects words
stories
in
and
English,
multiple
not
meanings.
another
Part
language.
7. You
Exactly.
connected words
And it improves
to
your
your own life
vocabulary
and
naturally.
experiences.
All right.
Part
Next
8.
step 4,
You
think
became
in
a
simple
detective
sentences
using
first.
context
Yes.
clues
Many
in longer
learners try to think in
passages.
complex
Part 9.
sentences too
You
soon,
trained
and that
with
makes them
listening
feel
and
stuck.
shadowing
Instead,
in real
start with short,
conversations.
simple thoughts.
Now it's
Like
time to
instead of
put all
thinking,
these tools
"I should
into
go to the
one
store
powerful
because I need to
system.
buy some
The no
vegetables for
dictionary
dinner."
method.
Just
Here's the
start
simple
with,
method you can
"I
use
need
every day.
vegetables."
Notice the
Yes,
word.
once you
Pay
get comfortable,
attention
your
when you
sentences
see
will
or
naturally
hear
get
a
longer
new
over
word.
time.
Collect
All right,
clues.
let's move
Look
on
at the
to step 5.
sentence. Is there a
Have an
synonym,
English inner voice.
antonym, example, emotion, or pattern? Guess the meaning. Act
Hello,
like a
everyone,
detective.
and
Make
welcome
your
back
best
to the
guess.
English Learning
Connect
Podcast.
personally. Make
I'm
a
Jason,
sentence
your
about your
host,
own life.
and with me
Feel the
today
word.
is my
Imagine
amazing
it.
co-host,
Act it out.
Julia.
Shadow it.
Hey, Jason.
Repeat
Hey,
the
everyone.
sentence
We're
out
so
loud
excited to have you
with
here with us
emotion
today.
and
If
natural
you're someone
rhythm.
who struggles
Check
with thinking
later
in
if
English,
needed.
then
Only
this
check the
episode is just for
dictionary
you.
after you've
That's right.
tried. By
Have you ever
following
found
this
yourself
method, you
translating
train your
every
brain
word
to
in your
think in
head before
English
speaking?
instead of
It
always
slows you down,
translating.
right?
Daily habit
Exactly.
1. The
Many
one-word
English learners
challenge.
face
Every
this
day,
problem. They
choose
think in
just
their
one
native
new
language
word.
first,
Don't
then
try to memorize
translate into
50.
English,
Focus
and by the
on
time
one.
they're ready to
Collect
speak,
clues.
the moment has passed.
Guess.
But don't
Make a
worry.
personal
In
sentence.
today's episode,
Shadow it.
we're going
By
to
the end
show
of the
you how to
year,
train
you will
your
know
brain to
over
think
300
directly in
words
English,
deeply and
just
deeply
like a
is
native
better than
speaker.
quickly.
And trust me,
Daily
once you
habit
start
2.
thinking in English,
5-minute
everything
shadowing.
becomes easier.
Set a timer for
Speaking,
5
listening,
minutes.
even
Play
writing.
a short
So,
English
if
clip,
you've ever
maybe a
wondered how to stop
podcast, a
translating
movie
and start
scene,
thinking in
or
English
even this
naturally,
script.
stay
Shadow
with
the
us because
sentences.
we've
Don't
got
worry
some
if you're not
powerful techniques
perfect.
to
Just
share.
copy the
Let's
rhythm,
dive in.
the
All right,
sounds,
Julia.
and the feelings.
Let's start with the
5
big
minutes a
question.
day will transform
Why
your
is thinking
listening
in
and
English so
speaking.
important
Daily
for
habit
learners?
3.
Great
Word
question,
detective
Jason.
reading.
The
Read
truth
something
is,
short
if you
every
always think in
day.
your native
A news
language
article,
first and then
a story,
translate,
or
you'll
even
never be able to
subtitles.
speak
When you
fluently.
find a new
Exactly.
word, don't stop
It
reading.
creates a delay,
Instead,
right?
collect
Your
clues
brain is
and
working
guess.
twice as
Train
hard.
yourself like a
First,
detective.
it forms a
Over time,
sentence in your
your
native
guessing
language.
becomes faster
Then it
and more
tries to find the
accurate.
right English
Daily habit
words.
4.
And sometimes
Personal
the translation
connection
doesn't
journal.
even make sense.
Keep a small notebook.
absolutely.
Every time
Like
you
if
meet a
someone
new word,
translates "I am
write
cold"
one
word for
personal
word from
sentence.
another language,
For example,
they might say,
new
"I
word.
have
Reluctant.
cold,"
My
which sounds
sentence.
unnatural
I was
in
reluctant
English.
to wake up
Right.
early today.
And that's why thinking
When you
in
open your
English
notebook
helps so
later,
much.
every
It
word
trains
has
your
a
brain
memory.
to form
That
sentences
memory
the way
makes it
native
impossible
speakers
to
do,
forget.
without getting stuck on
Motivation story.
translation.
Let
And
me
let's
tell you a
talk
quick
about
story.
confidence.
Maria was
When
a
you start
student
thinking in
who
English,
always used a
you feel more
dictionary.
confident
Every
because
time she
words
saw a
come to
new
you
word,
faster.
she stopped reading
Yes.
and
No more
translated.
pausing for
She
long
felt
seconds to
tired
translate
and
in your head.
frustrated.
You'll
But then
respond
she tried this
naturally and
method.
smoothly.
She started
Another
guessing
big
from
reason?
context,
It
making
improves
personal
your listening
sentences,
skills.
and shadowing.
If you think in
After a
English,
few
your
months,
brain
she noticed
processes
something
English
amazing. She
conversations
could
faster,
read and
so
listen
you
faster.
understand people
With
better.
less stress,
That's so
she no
true.
longer
And
felt
not
lost.
just in conversations.
English became fun.
Even when you're watching
you can be
movies
like
or
Maria.
listening to music,
You already
you
have
start
all the
recognizing
tools,
words
confidence in
instantly
mistakes.
instead of translating
Remember,
everything.
it's okay to guess
And
wrong
Julia,
sometimes.
let's not
Even
forget that
native
thinking in
speakers
English
don't know
also
every
helps with
word. They
pronunciation.
also guess from
Good point,
context.
because
Your
when you
brain
think in
learns
English,
faster
you start
when
hearing
you
the
are not
sounds in
afraid
your
of
head the way
mistakes.
native speakers
Mistakes
say them,
are
which
proof
helps
that
with
you are
speaking
trying.
clearly.
Review
So,
of key
just to
tools.
summarize,
Let's quickly
thinking
repeat
in
the main
English helps you
tools you
speak
now
faster,
have. Context
boosts your
clues,
confidence,
stories,
improves your listening
actions,
skills,
examples,
and even makes your
emotions,
pronunciation
synonyms and
And now
antonyms,
you might be
similar
wondering,
and opposite
okay,
meanings,
I get why it's
prefixes
important,
and
but how do I actually
suffixes,
train my brain
patterns
to
like
think in English?
Don't worry. We're going to break it down
Ashnes,
step by
visualization and action.
But before
Picture
that,
the word,
let's talk
act
about
it
some
out.
common
Personal
mistakes
connection.
that stop people
Use your
from
own
thinking in
memories and
English.
life.
Now that we
Detective
understand
reading.
why thinking in
Collect
English is
clues
so
before
important,
checking.
let's talk about
Shadowing.
something that holds
Repeat
people back.
sentences to
Common
train
mistakes
ears and
that
mouth.
stop learners
With
from
these
training
7
their brain
tools, you
to
don't need to
think in
depend on a
English.
dictionary
Yes.
every time.
Many learners
Your
don't
next
even
steps,
realize they're
starting
making these
today,
mistakes.
make
But
English
once
part
you
of your
fix
daily
them,
life.
you'll notice a
Don't
big
wait for perfect
improvement in your
conditions.
fluency.
Practice
All right.
with what you have.
Mistake number
Listen
1.
to English
The biggest
while
one,
cooking or
relying too
walking.
much on
Shadow auto
translation.
sentences for 5
If you always
minutes.
translate
Write
in your
one
head
personal
before speaking,
sentence each
your
night.
brain never
Play the
gets used to
detective
thinking
game
in
with
English
new
directly.
words. Every small
Exactly.
step
It's like
builds
riding a bike
fluency.
with training
Final
wheels forever.
encouragement. Remember,
trust your brain
learning
to form
English is not
sentences
about
naturally
memorizing
instead of always
thousands of
looking for the
words.
right
It's about
translation.
living with the
And
words.
Julia,
Feel
another common
them,
mistake,
use them,
focusing too much
make
on
them
grammar
yours.
while thinking.
From part 1 to
A
part
lot of
10,
learners try
you
to
have
make every
practiced
sentence
powerful
perfect in their
skills.
mind before
Now the real
speaking.
journey begins
But
your
that
daily
actually slows
practice.
them down.
Say this with
Oh,
me.
yes.
I don't need to
Grammar is
memorize
important,
boring
but if you keep
lists.
stopping
I
to
can
check every
understand
little
words from
rule,
stories,
you'll never speak
from
naturally.
context,
Native
from my
speakers
own
don't
life.
think about grammar
I can
rules
learn
while talking,
English
right?
naturally.
Exactly.
Believe in
They
yourself.
just speak.
Stay
And guess
consistent.
what?
Your
Even
fluency
native
will grow
speakers make
day by
grammar
day.
mistakes
Take a
sometimes.
moment right now
That's so
and repeat
true.
this promise
Okay,
with
mistake
me.
number 3,
I can
fear of making
understand new
mistakes.
words.
Some
I
people
can
are
trust
so afraid of saying
myself.
something
I
wrong
can
that they
become
stop
fluent.
themselves
Say
from
it
thinking
again
or speaking
slowly.
in English at
I
all.
can
Right?
understand.
But
I
making
can
mistakes
trust.
is
I
how
can
we
become
learn.
fluent.
The more
Carry
you
this
practice
promise with
thinking
you
in
as you
English,
keep
the
practicing.
better you'll get.
So keep listening,
Don't
keep
be afraid to
repeating,
sound
keep
imperfect.
noticing, and
Fluency
soon
comes with
you will
practice,
discover that
not
English is not a
perfection.
list of words to
Absolutely.
memorize,
And another
but a
mistake
living
that blocks
language that
thinking
you
in
can
English,
enjoy every
not
single
surrounding
day.
yourself with
Thank you
English.
for watching,
If your
and
daily
I'll
life is
see
full
you
of
in the
your
next
native language,
lesson.